Well, good morning, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Today is Tuesday, October 21st in the year 2025. Great to be here with you this morning. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindl's the executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great, buddy. Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. He joins us as well. How are you, Benjamin?
I'm good. No guttural for the Canadians today.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land.
We all felt really bad for the Mariners last night.
God, did we ever. We got a World Series that is set. It is the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Have not won a World Series in Toronto since Ben and I graduated high school.
That's right.
So we graduated high school in June of 93.
Right. And then the Blue Jays won their second straight title later that year.
In October.
Yeah.
Was that the Joe Carter walk-off?
That got them into the World Series, right? Just like George Springer kind of got them into the World Series last night.
That was a good team. I would like to go back and do a little revisiting on the 93, the year of our graduation.
Yeah. I was just starting college. I don't know, where were you? Did you go straight to college? What did you
I
do?
actually had to go to summer school.
Summer school after your senior year of high school.
Yeah, just to get in. It was like, I can't remember what they called it, like probational acceptance or something. I had to get it was like the only grades I got for the next year and a half. I got like 2 B's in summer school, and then that was it. Got in. And so I took off for college in when does this semester start? August? September?
Usually,
August,
September.
I got there in June, July. So I had to go to 2 classes, and that was great. I had a freaking time of my life. Summer, in college was amazing. It beat staying home with my parents and working. I'll tell you that much. But Ben and I, senior, it was a long time ago, dude. That was a long, long, long time ago.
32 years ago.
32 years.
Yeah.
Ben is off to Pomona College.
Correct.
The rest of the nerds. And I'm out at Texas Tech, where they would take almost anybody, except me, who had to go in on probation. Just 2 ships.
We're not sure if you're Texas Tech material.
Yeah, right. Can you say your ABCs? You can? Okay, you're in. You're in. Nothing against my tech friends.
That's pretty much it.
That was pretty much it. I'm in? Okay, good. 2 ships in different ports. We ended up together many, many years later, and I'm certainly glad we did. Joe Carter's home run actually won the World Series.
World Series off Mitch Williams.
Williams. Oh, my God.
That's why I was like, didn't he hit a World Series?
World Series
not
walk-off.
an NL or ALCS. Yeah, okay.
Now it's unbelievable. Our heart goes out to Mariners fans, certainly. We share a complex with the Seattle Mariners in Peoria, Arizona. Maybe that's part of the problem. I wonder if they were going to pack their stuff and move to a different complex to get the Padres curse away from them, because that felt very Padres-like, my friends. It sure did. I said to my wife last night, can you imagine being up 2-0 in the series,
Coming home
for 3 and losing? She goes, yes. That's fair enough. That is absolutely fair enough. So we'll talk all about that today, certainly. Wanted to start the program with just a word of thanks. Another package sent to the studio. You never know what you're going to find in here in the Ben and Woods program when you walk in. Hey, Ben Woods and Paul, fellas.
I will admit, there was a moment of, oh, great. What do we got here?
What do we have here? Well, this is pretty badass. Ben Woods and Paul, hey, fellas, longtime Tier 1, living in Orange County, originally from San Diego. I was in Pittsburgh earlier this year visiting family. Just happened to attend the Paul Skeens bobblehead giveaway game. We didn't actually get ours that day. It was madness. But the Pirates,
I love Paul Skeens.
The Pirates did a rare good deed and ensured all ticketed fans got one. We talked about this story on Do This. We actually said the exact same thing.
Were so long, they just said, send us your ticket stub or something like that, and we will make sure that you paid a ticket, you get a bobblehead.
And he said, I just recently got mine. I had a couple extra. I know how much Woodsy loves Paul Skeens. Had to send you guys a couple. Wish I had more to give you, but feel free to distribute however you want. I kind of assumed you guys could have one for the studio and one for Bo and Taylor. I'm not a bobblehead collector at all, but these are pretty elite. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for all you guys do for the community. Your impact is much bigger than sports talk. Your focus on mental health and being advocates for therapy is massive. Not to mention you guys are just so genuine and entertaining. Just last night, my wife came home from a long 12-hour nurse shift.
Ooh.
And as we were chatting in bed, she yells, "Every day my cheese sucks." It's become a daily line in our house. So again, thank you guys for being you. One day the baseball gods will bless our baseball team. I can't wait for that celebration show and parade. Your Orange County friend, Tanner. P.S. When Paul Skeens inevitably signs with the Dodgers, you have my permission to burn these because I don't think I'll be able to look at mine every day. What a kind letter, number one. Thank you so much, Tanner.
Tanner gets it.
He totally gets it, man. And these things are like, we get bobbleheads and stuff. These suckers are heavy, dude.
Those aren't Padres ones, so I thought maybe Ben and I could get those ones. And since you take every gift that we get, maybe we'll take the Pirates ones, and then you guys can have the Padre ones.
So here's the deal.
Taylor kind of deserves one for
creating
the line.
It's true, right? So Paulie goes, I go, what do you guys want to do with these? And Paulie goes, I don't care. Ben's like, I couldn't care less.
You know me.
And I said, well, thank you, because here's the problem. If I come home, this doesn't work. Hey, guys, I got you a gift to share. It's mine. It's mine. No, it's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. Mom, it's mine. You literally, it's like Noah's Ark in my house. You have to get two of everything. Oh, God, there was something. Oh, Hannah walked in last night. I had asked her I go, do you have an old yoga mat that I can take to like foam roll on before the games and stuff? Like when we're at our Airbnb. She walks in. She has this old rolled up yoga mat. She goes, did you still want this yoga mat? Taylor goes, I want a yoga mat. I go, for what? For what? For what? Just because somebody has it, you want it?
Oh my God.
So if I took one home, Bo would love it. He loves Paul Skeens too. He'd put it in his room. We'd wake up, he'd be gone. Taylor would be sleeping with it under his. So now, Taylor, you have one. You can do whatever you want with it. And Paul, you have no idea. It is Noah's freaking Ark in my house. You have to have two of every single thing. You cannot. I'll do an experiment. I'll walk up to Bo and give him a paperclip. Hey, Bo, I got you a paperclip. And I'll film it and watch it. I want a paperclip. Where'd you get that? Why does he get one and I don't get one? It's maddening. It's absolutely maddening. But it's true. The every day my cheese sucks is one of the greater lines in history. I don't know where it came from, but just one day, if you missed that story, my wife, he's so hard to feed. He eats yogurt. And that's it. Yogurt. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Yogurt. Some strawberries. That's it. Found a little affinity for cheese for a couple weeks. So for breakfast, Hannah's like, I got to get him some protein. So she puts the little Baby Bell out on his tray, peels it the whole bit. Bo comes out. He eats his oatmeal or his cereal or his waffles, whatever. And Taylor comes out. He sucks down his 3 yogurts, usually goes and gets 3 more, sucks those down. And he looked down at the cheese and he goes, what is this? And Anna's like, it's your cheese. And he picks up the thing and throws it across the room. And he goes, every day my cheese sucks. And she told me that. I go, I can't even be mad, man. I can't even be mad. It's just one of the best lines of all time. So definitely one of those sticky things that has stuck with us forever. But I do appreciate it, Tanner. Very kind of you guys, and very kind of you guys to let my kids have it. They were going to fight you for this.
My boy Alex in the chat says, one might as well be none. The 2 kids mantra.
That's exactly right. One might as well be none. The lengths that you have to go to sometimes to like hide the stuff from the other one. And Bo's no different. I mean, he's the same. If he found out I brought Taylor home something and he didn't get one, Bo's just different. He'll break into tears. Like, and then you're like, oh man, I am a turd. And it was kind of the difference last night when I was saying goodbye to the boys, because I'm leaving this morning after the show to head to Arizona to play in a baseball tournament. And I said, hey, let's hit the shower, have our dinner, and then we can cuddle a little bit because I'm leaving in the morning. Taylor could not have cared less. Bo breaks into tears and just no. And Ben asked me this morning, which one did you like better? It's obviously easier when Taylor's like, see you later, but I like it more when they cry. Is that mean? It makes you feel very loved. Very loved.
Mean would be bringing one Paul Skeens bobblehead
Correct.
home for Taylor.
Correct.
After telling Bo that you were leaving.
That's exactly right. And by the way, Bo, just to ease your pain, I got your brother a Paul Skeens bobblehead.
That would be mean, I think.
So
at some point, you do have to teach them that not everything is going to be equal all the time.
I'm trying. You know what my number one mantra is for them, and I say it to them 50 times a week. If you never listen to anything I say, remember this one. When I'm dead and gone, remember that your dad told you life is not fair. It doesn't make sense. Sometimes some kid is going to get your spot because his dad is the coach. Sometimes some guy's going to get the girl that he doesn't deserve. It's not fair. It's not fair. The quicker you learn that lesson at 7 and 4, life is not fair. It's never meant to be fair. But it does even out.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you can't always think that everything's going to go against you as well, because you have to appreciate sometimes, you know what, I got that, and I don't know if I was totally the best choice or deserving of it, but I appreciate it, and I will do the most to make myself worthy of whatever fortunate break that I got.
As I sit here today, 100%. I have no business being in this chair, and I've known that every day since I've been here. So it is truly, truly a blessing. But it's an important lesson to learn, because life is not fair. Like it doesn't mean that you did even anything wrong. Just sometimes life isn't fair. So if you go through your life expecting everything to be perfect and even out, it just doesn't work that way. So they're learning that lesson, and but you do in things like this, man. You have to divvy it up very equally. We were in my house growing up too, and you had older siblings, younger siblings. Did your mom used to counsel with you on Christmas morning? Because I got the counsel before.
Some of that for sure.
Yeah.
I remember because when I got older, there wouldn't be as many things for me. I understood it though.
You understood it.
You
grew up. You were 50 years old when you were 7.
Yeah, that's true. And there was a bigger age gap, and it's like, the younger kids want to have more things to open. It's not always going to be the same number of presents. Some of your presents might be a little bit better,
more expensive. Which that's all you cared about.
Of course, and I understood that.
He's opening charcuterie boards when he's 14.
Yeah.
The champagne saber when he was 21. So yeah, exactly. So it's just one of those things where, my mom would grab me and go, you actually got more presents than Brent, so I'm going to need you to open them faster. So you need to go 2 for each one of his. He'll be distracted, so make sure you rip through yours, put him off to the side. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things on how it works when you're a parent. But great game last night. Phenomenal game last night. Phenomenal series, really. Took it 7 games, and we'll talk about that certainly today. It was you try to put yourself in the fan base's shoes, and you did it both times. You put yourself in the Blue Jays' shoes in about the 5th inning, and then in the 8th, you put yourself in the Mariners' shoes, and you went, "Oh my God, man!"
It was easier to put myself in the Mariners' shoes because, that's what we have more experience with: the heartbreaking failure of getting close but not quite getting over the hump.
Yeah, no question. How was everyone's day yesterday? You guys do anything exciting?
Busy for me.
I was very busy.
I anchored one newscast. I did a giant extended sportscast after the Monday Night Football game from the Gaylord Pacific Resort, which was
back
very
at
cool.
The Gaylord.
It was very cool. All done though.
Is that a weekly thing?
Yeah, just for a couple of weeks after Monday Night Football. I'll do it again next Monday, and then I guess we'll see how it goes from there.
I will say I saw the Gaylord Hotel from Coronado over the weekend, just across the bay. It's a sight.
It is.
It does not look like it belongs, just because it's the only tall casino hotel building. Looking casino hotel.
Is it a casino?
It does no. It's not.
It looks like something you would see, and it's just kind of all by itself.
7 miles, just right down the road.
Yeah. Saw that too. From across the bay.
But it's the size of a Las Vegas casino hotel, which is just weird in San Diego to have something that massively enormous,
just kind
right
of
on
by
the bay,
itself, down
on
the
its
bay.
own. It definitely stands out from the rest of the scenery in Chula Vista.
I called Paulie yesterday after, so I went to get some treatment after the show. By treatment, I mean I went to a spa. Got out of here pretty quick. Got down there pretty quick.
It wasn't the spa you went to last week.
It was not
the
nude.
Different spa.
It was not the nude spa, but it was very, very nice. And I only stayed about 2 hours, which I could have stayed all. My family didn't get home till 5:30. I could have sat in there on my ass for 8 hours if I wanted to. I had a delicious sandwich by the pool, which was lovely. It was lovely. I did the cold, the hot, the steam, the sauna, all of it. Feel good, ready to go. But I have a hard time sitting, just relaxing. I can't, like, there was no one there to talk to. So I was just sitting there, and I'm like, all right, I feel fine. And so I got up and left because I had so much to do to get ready for this trip, including.
You're not one to leave quietly with your own thoughts, are you?
Most
of the time, you can.
I can be with my own thoughts. Yesterday was a problem for me. Yesterday I had a hard time. I got a little bit worked up when I was at the spa about some things, and it kind of messed with my relaxation, if you will. We don't have to get into those, but I would say seething is probably the right word. Seething. It's hard to relax when you're seething, right? You can't just, I'll take another Sprite and just chill. It's not in me. Plus, I had so much to do. One of the things I had to do was get a haircut. So I got a haircut. Then I had.
Looks good.
Thank you. I took
you.
40 minutes, dude. It's the easiest haircut, but he was very detail oriented. And I'm like,
are you saying that's long?
Like 40 to 45 minutes.
My guy takes an hour every time.
Oh, this 45 minutes is way too long for me.
I thought 1 hour was too long.
Like 25, 30 minutes. He did shave the whole back of it. Like, what are we doing? Took forever. Then I had to go to what is formerly known as Kinko's, the FedEx store.
FedEx office.
Right. Why did I have to do that, you might ask? Because as a 50-year-old man, and I think I've told you guys this before, I have zero access in my life to a printer. None. My wife has a printer at home.
We have a printer about 15 feet away from you.
Correct. I'm surrounded by printers.
A business printer that prints really well, really quickly.
Yeah. Right behind me. And then there's one.
I use it every day.
There's one next to my chair in my office. But I'm not allowed to use either of them. My wife will not let me use our home printer. Don't know why. Still haven't heard a legitimate reason.
You're going to waste all the toner.
So maybe that's her reason, but she gets to use it. I don't. I asked the engineers here, hey, any chance of hooking me up to the printer? No. Okay. Asked and answered.
What does everyone think you're printing?
What do you think I'm printing? What do you just manifestos and novellas? Like, what do you think I'm going to print? Pictures of naked women? Like, what do you think I'm going to print? What's the problem? Why won't anybody let me print?
All of the above, possibly.
Why won't anyone let me print? No one will let me print an effing thing in my life. If I have to print something here, you know what I have to do? Hey, Paulie, can you print this for me? I have to email him something. He prints it. A document or something that I need to e-sign. I've been home. Babe, can I email you this form? Yes, go ahead and send it to me. And then I hear it next to me. Coming up next to my seat, right by my foot. And I can't access it. She will not let me access it. So I had to go to Kinko's. It's not Kinko's anymore.
Hannah says in the chat, printers are fickle. You mess everything up. I can also see that.
Also true.
Valid argument.
Printer jam.
You know what? Point for Hannah.
Point for Hannah.
I remember, just quick aside, I remember one of my first jobs back in the day at the old 690. The high-speed sports wire was one of those printers that had the paper with the holes that you had to line up on the side, sync up on the holes so it could continue spewing out things for hacksaw every 5 seconds. Just constantly all day. That sound.
Kendry Morales with a home run. Vladimir Guerrero had key hits.
And we go through reams of paper. And
Must be nice.
I'd have to make sure that, get it back in the printer, get the holes lined up again so it works. It was fickle. It was fickle.
Every human being on the planet has access to a printer, but me.
Woods is just printing off thousands of pages of fake money.
It's just like, what do you? I promise you, JR, if you're listening, I won't abuse it. I won't. I will not abuse it. But I need to print things from time to time. So yeah, it's true, Tony. You don't print to e-sign. I meant sign. I would print this out so I can sign this document and scan it over, right? So she has to do that for me. It's not that I can't do it. No one will let me do it. They will not hook me up to their printers. They will not put me on their network. So I had to go in there. So you sit down at the thing, and I had to print all of this manual, for the tournament, all the rules. I had to print all my rosters. You want to have extra copies. I had to print about 15, 20 of those. I had to log my roster into Excel. First time I've ever used Excel in my whole life, ever. Did that, no problem. And then you put your card in. I put my card in, and it's like, select prepay, how much you want to use. I'm like, I have no idea.
It's like going into the gas
Yeah.
station.
It was
how
like,
much I
I had
need.
to prepay at Kinko's. And I'm like, can't I just do the work and then you charge me after like a normal person? So I had to select. So I select $25 just to give myself. So I'm working and I'm putting stuff in. All of a sudden, bing, you have 3 minutes left. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like putting in all the names. Bing, you have 2 minutes left. Bing, you have 1 minute left. Out of the scrounging to get in and hit print. So I finally got it printed. And then I had to go to the copy machine and make 20 copies of it. It was a nightmare, dude. It was total nightmare.
Timed. We have that
stuff.
We
Is
have that
insane.
self-serve car wash, and you put the vacuum in, like the $2
Yes.
in, and it gives you 5 minutes. It's like, I'm running out of time. I gotta get this all done before
I
it
hate
runs
it.
out.
I hate
I
it
thought
so
it was
much.
interesting. I thought it was interesting that you said you did an Excel sheet for the first time.
Yeah.
I think we learned about that in like elementary school.
I
Probably
didn't.
took a class. They used to have, I don't know if they still do, like public libraries and stuff. They would have
Yeah.
like computer classes, probably usually for like
For the
senior
elderly,
citizens.
right?
What if we put you in one of those classes and you can bring your certificate home and
That I get a
prove to Hannah
printer?
that you are authorized to use a printer?
I don't know what her hard on is about it, or I don't know what the hard on is here about why do you have printer access here?
I do not have printer access here either, I don't believe.
What's the deal?
I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
I'm like a valuable employee. I might
I
need to.
do have printer access at Channel 10.
Right,
though,
of
so
course
I
you
can
do.
I can print things there.
I bring value to 97.3 The Fan in my next contract. That's what I'm going to put in there.
Yeah, Jeter says just use the work printer. So the way our network is like set up is when you're logged in under your user,
Yeah,
that's the access you have to the printer, and like whether or not you have it.
yeah.
So, like,
they give you access.
My username has access to the printer, which is why you have to send
Ask you to print
everything to
stuff.
me
Yeah.
to print it. They won't grant your username access to the printer.
Do you know what this woman told me that I'm married to? You know what she said? You can't use this one. You can come by my office if you want to. I go, I'm not coming by your office. Just give me home access. Nightmare. So I had to do that. That was like 40 minutes in that place, getting everything knocked out, and finally got it all done. So it was quite a day.
I can't get the sound of that dot matrix printer out of my head.
I'm sure.
Just constantly going all day. That was actually one of the best technological advancements. Quiet printers. Really nice.
Yeah, printer in general is really nice. But yeah, I bet LO has access to the printer. You're probably right. Tony, Scravy.
Oh, I'm sure.
Remember
Tony
how
does,
long
yeah.
printers used to take in like, the 90s?
Oh yeah.
Like you had a 2-page story, paper
Check
to write.
back in about 15, 20
Yeah,
minutes.
come on back. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. So this is my life. This is what I have to do because no one trusts me enough with a print. You'll trust me with your children. You will not trust me with a printer. No problem with the kids.
You ever broken a printer, man? It's a nightmare.
I have. I mean, I haven't. I've jammed printers before, but that wasn't anything I did. I'm not up there jamming stuff in it. It just sometimes it jams. But
Ink
yeah,
everywhere.
I'm not allowed to touch it.
All right, shall we get moving today? Let's take our first time out. When we come back, we'll set the menu for what we've got coming on the program today, including a very special guest at 7:30. You will not want to miss Mikey Varas, head coach of San Diego FC, as they get ready for their first playoff match in franchise history this Sunday. Looking forward to that. We'll tell you what else is coming up when we return with Ben and Woods, the Tuesday edition on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, Woods and I, hey, be responsible. If you are a family person, man, woman, and you have children and you don't have a will or a trust, you are potentially leaving your family in a world of hurt if something unexpected should happen to you.
That's exactly right, my friends. Get that peace of mind by going to trustandwill.com. Fill it all out. They walk you through it. At the end of the day, all you have to do is when you check out, put in Radio 20, and they'll give you 20% off your trust or will.
It takes less than an hour.
Yep.
Your time may vary, but you're just answering some online questions. Very simple, like any questionnaire you've filled out. It's your own personal information, so you can do as detailed as you want, or just get it done pretty quickly, and you'll still have that trust or will in your safety deposit box, in your drawer, in your safe at home, wherever you want to keep it. Just make sure your family knows where it is, and then they'll know what to do in the event of the worst happening.
Yes, go to
trustandwill.com. Use code radio20. Get 20% at checkout. No lawyer's office necessary. No billable hours. It's affordable. It's easy. And you'll get that peace of mind going forward at trustandwill.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Staples would like a word with your FedEx office choices. This hour on 97.3 The Fan, brought to you by Staples.
I bet I could get a new printer there.
Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store and everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order.
Wow.
Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1, plus save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
I should wheel in to my home the biggest effing printer that you've ever seen. That's mine and mine only. And I just wedge it in my office, the big one, the
Like
office
the industrial
size, and I just can sit
3 different paper trays.
Yeah, I can just print all day. Because apparently that's what people think I do.
Why don't you just buy a printer?
I don't have the room nor the ability to connect it. There's wires and Wi-Fi and connectivity.
There's almost no wires anymore.
There's software and stuff I think you have to download. And so, I mean, if you want to come over and install it, I'll give you $50, but I don't have the room. She has a perfect spot for hers. Why do we need his and hers printers? I understand sinks and toilets. I get it. I get it.
A printer between the two of us.
Is Megan allowed to use it?
Yes.
How generous of you. What a kind man you are.
But we don't even have it. It's not even out. Like, we just, because we don't use it very
Right.
often. It's still in a box, like packed away in the office. And then when we do need it, you just take it out.
Oh, you take it out and plug
set
it
up,
in? Oh,
plug it in,
interesting.
use it. Because like I don't print stuff. very
Remember
often
the
at home.
scene in Mrs. Doubtfire where the mom is working and she comes home?
Sally Field.
Sally Field. And Robin Williams has all the zoo animals in their house.
You're eating my begonias.
I think that's what she thinks. She's going to walk in, and me and the kids are throwing paper just all around. Oh, no, mom's home. Clean it all up. We get divorced over it. Like, I then have to dress up as an old woman to see my kids. You know, all over a printer, really. It's really... Next time we're in therapy, I'm gonna ask
Sister Jean voice.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Your mother's home. Pick up the papers or I'm dead. Phone's on the table, just shredding paper. I'm pouring ink all over both kids. What do you think's going to happen? She walks in, me, other women in there, just papers and ink. You got me. You got me.
Oh, God.
I'm going to bring it up to our shrink the next one. Like, this woman will not even let me use her printer. She will not connect me to it. I have no access to it. I have to go to her and beg to print something in my own home. I don't understand this. I have an interesting scene. Interesting scene.
Fantastic.
It is so good.
Well, here's what we've got coming up on the program for you today. We'll get into Game 7 of the ALCS here in just a minute or two. Padres talk in our 7 o'clock hour. Of course, we got the news yesterday that Albert Pujols will interview for the managerial job tomorrow here in San Diego, but there are still some other names out there. We can talk about Albert's candidacy at 7:30. I mentioned Mikey Varas from San Diego FC, their head coach, going to be here ahead of their playoff match on Sunday. In the second half of the program, our Padres Smörgåsbord, we're going to take a deeper dive into A.J. Preller's tenure with the San Diego Padres.
Morning,
after
guys.
yesterday's news when Eric Grupner joined us and said John Seidler has begun talks with A.J. on a contract extension, and they're optimistic that he will remain the POBO, president of baseball operations for the Padres, beyond 2026. His last year in his contract will kind of go back and look at the moves and evaluate his decade-plus tenure with the San Diego Padres in our 8 o'clock hour. We'll also have our usual features like Take on Woods, the Reindl Report, and probably a quick edition of Don't Do This because we need to get to Mikey Varas right at 7:30 because he's got a busy week this week, no doubt about it. He's kind enough to make a few minutes of time for us, so we're looking forward to that. But let's check traffic with Kelly, and then we'll come back. Game 7, they are rare, they are special, they are agonizing, even when it's not your team. And we were all glued to our televisions last night. That's coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Toyota of Poway, voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today. Well, if you normally travel East 8 to Mission Valley, listen up, because you're going to find all lanes blocked from Fairmont to College for investigation of a fatal collision that happened around 10:30 last night. Traffic is being diverted off at South End northbound 15 as that investigation continues. Also getting reports of some sort of debris in the left lane south on 67 before the 8. Eastbound King Freeway before Euclid, watch out for a stalled car in middle lanes. And in North County, southbound 15 before the 76, vehicle over the side of the right shoulder. Toyota of Poway has been voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today, with APRs as low as 0% and tons of new Toyotas on the ground. No tricks, only treats during the Trucktober sales event happening now only at Toyota of Poway or online at toyotaofpoway.com in the heart of San Diego. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So you could tell last night from the get-go, it wasn't going to be one of those, 1-0 pitchers duel Game 7 type matchups, as both teams got some hits and scored a run in the first inning, trading runs. The Mariners starting by scoring off of Shane Bieber.
Yep.
Then the Toronto Blue Jays answered off of George Kirby in the bottom of the first inning. But after that, both starting pitchers settled in for a couple of innings, and it was sitting there at 1-1, and you just you're waiting for something to happen because you feel like, okay, probably the next team that does something big
wins
is going to win this game, right? And it was the Mariners, of course, that were the next team that did something big. It came in the form of Julio Rodriguez solo home run to lead off the top of the third inning. And then when Cal Raleigh added the solo shot in the fifth to make it 3-1, in Seattle, they were starting to count the outs. It was a ways to go. It was still the fifth inning, but you can see the finish line of the World Series for the first time in franchise history in sight, Woods.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 3-1. You look at it and you start working it out in your head. You said, okay, they're going to go to Munoz. He's probably going to get at least 5 outs, at least for this team. You start thinking ahead of who you want to see. And they went,
I didn't have a problem with Brian Wu coming in.
No.
He was their best pitcher all year long.
The one thing I wondered, and I saw it after the game, so I had to go back and actually double check. I had to go back and double check why I saw a litany of Mariners fans going, should have never taken Wu out. Should have never taken. I'm like, he gave up a hit and a walk, and it was Then they left him in to field the bunt to the sacrifice over. And then they took him out for Bizzardo. Now, the Bizzardo move I thought was a little bit questionable. But again, I've said this all year, and I stand by this. I don't know Dan Wilson's team like Dan Wilson does, and neither do you, right? So as far as who I go to in the pen, it's very hard to look at it and say, well, you should have gone to Munoz there. Unless the one thing I did question is it's George Springer with a base open. Guy has 20 postseason home runs. He has a flair for the big moment. He saw Bizzardo last night. Bizzardo on back-to-back nights. Using Bizzardo the night before when you didn't really have to. You're chasing. You're down 4. Like, that's a guy I would have let sit. So those things, yes. But I think Bizzardo can get this guy out. I tend to agree with you. He just didn't. Letting him swing it there is another. It's another decision entirely.
At first base.
Yeah.
So I got in a long little text argument with, not argument, but Adam texted me. He thought it
was or ours.
I think it was a solo one.
Well, we had a threesome with Adam.
We did.
And then he's texted you on the sly, solo.
A little text on the sly.
He was losing his mind. You can tell he's never managed a baseball game.
And he was incensed that Dan Wilson did not bring in Munoz, his best relief pitcher with the season, the American League Championship Series on the line.
So was Joe Davis, actually.
And I made the same point that you did. You know, it's not cut and dry. Dan Wilson knows his pitchers.
Ben, it is cut and dry after it's happened.
Well,
it's cut and dry.
Yeah,
we're all the greatest pitchers of all time.
Fantastic when he came in later in the game either.
Gave
by
up
the way.
2 barrels, didn't he?
But in that situation, I do kind of see the side that Adam is making. If this was the Padres and they are 8 outs in the World Series, but the tying runs are on second and third with 1 out, and you've got 2 of your better right-handed relievers available, Jeremiah Estrada and Mason Miller. Which one do you go with in that situation?
Mason Miller.
I go with Mason Miller.
Yeah.
And in the case of the Mariners, and again, we don't have all the information, but Munoz is their Mason Miller and Bizzardo is their Jeremiah Estrada. Both have had really good seasons.
Yeah.
Both are good right-handed pitchers that you do trust and have come through for you in the past.
I didn't even know enough to make the Estrada comp with Bizzardo.
He's been really, really,
I've seen
really
him
good
out there, but
he's been really good.
But he's not as good as Munoz.
I've seen all their relievers in that last series. It was a lot of bullpen use.
And I know
I'm I don't know who's high leverage, who's not. I have no idea.
I know that Munoz got out of it, but by the skin of his teeth. I mean, a barrel to Josh Naylor, a barrel that he caught. What was the exit velo on that line drive he caught? 105, 108 to double off. He was not lights out either. I mean, he gave up hits and there's just no way to tell. Look, it's really fun to second guess. And I think if I'm a Mariners fan this morning, I think I would not go on the radio, I promise you, and go, why would you go to Bizzardo? I would have said it yesterday morning before the game. Why did we go to Bizzardo last night? Why did we go to Bizzardo last night? They were chasing 4 runs. Let that guy have a night off. You're going to need him for game 7, and you're going to need him fresh. And the other thing I would have said is it's George Springer. On deck behind Springer is Nathan Lukes. I'll take my chances with Nathan Lukes.
Has had a good postseason.
He has, but he's not George Springer.
And you're probably hesitant about putting the go-ahead run on base, but Springer's the guy that you can't let beat you.
Can't let him beat you.
With the postseason history,
20 home runs, 9 of which have put his team in the lead or tied. He is built for October.
I mean, with all the great players in baseball history, who some have never even go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Others go, but have very limited success or don't do well. His amount of just influential big moments is kind of insane when you think about it. George Springer is always up in the moment that his team needs him to be up in,
and comes through more times than not. Who is the greatest postseason performer of all time? He's got to be up there. 20 bombs in the postseason, 9 of which to put your team ahead that's insane, man. Kike Hernandez hasn't even done that. He doesn't have 20 bombs in the postseason. He gets a lot of knocks. He hits some big home runs, but that's like a different level. So that's the one thing, put ourselves in Softy's shoes today. We're talking about our beloved Mariners who, You know, we're 4 innings away essentially from going to the World Series, a place that they've never been. I'm not roasting Dan Wilson so much today, other than maybe not, put George Springer on.
You want to hear a little bit of Dan Wilson after the game?
Yeah.
Did you consider going to Munoz, and why did you like Bizzardo better than Munoz in that situation?
Well, I mean, I think like we said, Bizzardo's been doing it all season long and has been so consistent at it, and he's done such a good job all year. And we felt really comfortable with him out there, the way he's been throwing the ball, especially in this series, and it was a good spot for him.
Up front on your left, Daniel. Dan, just what was your message to the team after the game?
Just to hold up their heads, to understand what kind of a season they had. I mean, I know this stings, and there's no question that it's going to sting. But the kind of season they had, they're doing things that no team in this organization has ever done, and knocking on the door of a World Series. All that, it's due to how hard they've worked, how hard they've played all season long. All the times they've come back, all the times they've bounced back. It's a special team in there. And, it's just, it's a shame we had to come out on the wrong side of this one.
One player who didn't get the hold your heads high message was Cal Raleigh, who came out after the game, Woods, and just said, I hate to use the word fail, but we failed.
Yeah.
It hurt to hear him say that, because obviously he came through consistently. Can't blame Cal Raleigh. They would have loved to have gotten him up in the 9th inning. One more batter would have gotten Cal Raleigh to the plate. That would have been a moment to see what would have happened. But give credit to Hoffman, who struck out the side and did not allow Cal Raleigh to get into the batter's box in the 9th inning.
Bo asked me after the game, we were watching them celebrate. He goes, why are the Mariners sitting there watching? And I said, you'll learn this. You want the pain. You want to see it, and you want to try to put yourself in their position next year. Like, you want to watch a little bit and watch them celebrate, and remember that feeling as you go into your off season, or you go into spring training or whatever it is, because you don't ever want to feel that pain again. It's like it's got to be the worst feeling on the planet. 162, spring training, all of it, to be in that position. And for me, the thing that would wreck me the most is stealing 2 games in Toronto and coming home for 3 and not being able to close it out. That would absolutely gut my soul if I was a Seattle Mariners fan. You just looked like you had this thing wrapped up. And credit to the Blue Jays.
I think the last time they said it happened, you were on the right side of it as a Yankees fan in 1996 against the Braves. The Braves went into Yankee Stadium, won the first 2. Looked like they were going to cruise. That was such a good Braves team. And no one knew that the Yankees dynasty was coming.
It was coming, right.
So the Braves looked like they were a juggernaut that was not going to be stopped. And the Yankees went into Atlanta and completely turned series around and started a dynasty. That World Series in 1996.
It's just got to be the worst feeling of all time. Man, I cannot believe we stole 2 in this really tough place to play. Got big contributions, got great pitching, and we came out on top, and we are going home to some of the best fans in baseball. They've been loud, they've been on their feet, and all we need to do is win 2 out of 3. Guys, we got this in the bag. And then to lose in that fashion last night was just excruciating. My heart breaks for you guys. It really does. And to me, again, the last team to never make a World Series it's just insult to injury.
The graphic they put up of, at least in the other sports, there was like 4 teams that have never made the Super Bowl, 5 that had never made the NBA Finals, 4 or 5 that had never made the Stanley Cup Finals. But in baseball,
the
it's
Mariners,
one.
It's stand alone. And they were that
Seattle
close.
Mariners, and this is the 4th time they've gotten to the ALCS, but not been able to get over the hump.
Yeah, our friend Gab Gowdy last night tweeted, there's just something about I can't explain it, but your baseball team losing feels far worse than any of the other professional sports. And I said, it's not even close for me, at least. When Notre Dame lost to Ohio State in the national championship, I was over it in about 2 hours. I really was. It didn't really affect me after that. And there's a sense of pride I felt being there. Like, I was like, man, look at all we've overcome. We lost this heartbreaking game early. You made it, man. That's something to hang your hat on. You got beat by a damn good Ohio State team. And baseball's different. Your team makes the playoffs. You get eliminated in the first round. And you're like, man, F you guys, dude. You left 6 guys on base today, and our manager picked the wrong guy to throw the 7th. and you're not proud of them. It's weird. Like, and after 162 games, you should be damn proud of your team, right? You made the playoffs. Like, yeah, you got eliminated, but holy cow, man!
I promise Seattle fans after the initial sting will feel proud of that.
Yeah,
team.
I see what you're saying. Once in football, if you lose like on the doorstep of the championship game, all right, you're missing out on one game, which would have been cool, 3 hours. But when you miss out on the World Series, you're missing out on
God, I know the World
up to
Series.
7 more games, another week and a half of entertainment and watching your team that you love doing. You want it to last as long as possible.
It's so easy to
you're
say,
still watching the Super Bowl. Even if
watch it.
It's so easy to say too. The reason that baseball is like that is because you commit so many months, right? 162 games, and that's certainly a part of it. But I don't know. I mean, did you guys feel proud of the Padres this year when they got eliminated by the Cubs? I didn't. I'll just be completely transparent. I was not proud at all.
I didn't feel proud last year either.
I felt no,
that was the shot. That was their best shot.
That was extreme.
But in 2022, when they lost,
I felt proud of that.
Yeah, I was proud of that team.
That was solid.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we've got a World Series matchup. We were never really able to decide, I think, as a show, which team had the better chance of taking down the Dodgers. You think it's the Blue Jays?
Oh, I thought you meant which Padres team. I was like, it was last year, dude.
The Mariners.
They said it.
The Mariners or the Blue Jays.
I can make the case for either.
Which team can only lose by 2 games instead of 3?
Right. I think it's 4-1. And you said it yesterday. Dave will try to get Clayton a moment, and they'll lose that game, and then but Dodgers will absolutely a rested juggernaut Dodgers team.
The Dodgers do at least have to go to Toronto.
Yeah,
they will not
that's
have
something.
home field advantage in that
That's
series.
something, but that's not
huge,
much.
But
you saw how much home field
coping.
advantage mattered in some of these.
Well, it did the
series.
last 3 games of
did.
the ALCS.
It did.
And Toronto's got some momentum of winning 2 straight at home. Now they've got 2 more at home. They get to stay, a nice week and a half in their own beds until they actually have to travel again.
What did they say, though, about the playoff experience at the Toronto Blue Jays, the World Series experience at the Toronto Blue Jays? I think it's just George Springer, isn't it? And Max Scherzer? I got to look that up for
all
you.
those playoff appearances, he never got to the World. Yeah, with
the Nationals. He was with the Nationals.
He's not on a Dodgers.
Yeah. No, he didn't pitch. Remember, he had a tired arm. I don't think he pitched in the World Series. I think they were mad at him for it.
All right, Padres
There's not a lot,
managerial
though.
search takes its next step. We'll get into that and more. Hour number 2, Ben and Woods, coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan. Keep an eye out for Albert Pujols. Looks like he may be in San Diego in the next 24 hours. The reporting, multiple sources saying that Albert Pujols will interview for the Padres managerial job tomorrow, is presumably sitting down with A.J. Preller and Eric Grupner and John Seidler and Josh Stein. We were told those were going to kind of be the main four people making the decision on the new manager of the San Diego Padres. And this comes, Woods, yesterday with the news that the Angels and Pujols are not an item anymore. That he interviewed with the Angels, but they are going to go in a different direction. We're either unable to reach contract terms. They had a different idea of what they were looking for or what Albert was looking for in an organization, which to me is a little odd. I mean, the Angels know him better than anybody.
That is a little odd, but it's the Angels.
He's been in that organization. He's already working for them. And he was the number one candidate for the Angels. Like right away, they said,
immediately,
we're going to focus in on Albert Pujols. And then somewhere the process derailed, whether it's over contract or that's just the excuse, because it's possible Albert looked around and went, I've got other teams that are interested in me that I would probably be a better fit with than the Los Angeles Angels.
And you guys don't even have air conditioning in the weight room, so I'm going to pass on that. They also interviewed, I guess, Torrey Hunter, Angels legend as well, and they sent him packing as well. Kurt Suzuki is also up for that gig, as is Bo Porter is interested in that job. I haven't heard Bo's name in a long time. Used to manage the Astros. Rocco Baldelli, Brandon Hyde are the names that the Halos are looking at right now. But, it's maybe it is as simple as they're just a ridiculous organization. And it's like, if you can't close the Albert Pujols deal and you're the Angels who are already paying him, wow, that's kind of
maybe that's
what
Artie Moreno's thinking. He's like, really, you want $6 million, all the money? We didn't give you enough already.
I think, they still owe him like $7 million over the next 7 years. So, somebody made the point yesterday of, so whatever the Padres give him needs to exceed that, correct? Because why would you leave $7 million on the table? Maybe you would in order to manage. Mike Schilt left $4 million to not manage. So anything's possible these days, but
I think he's going to be more expensive than your usual first-time manager.
Yeah,
who's trying to get a shot in
Ryan
the chair.
Flaherty. Yeah,
he does not have to undersell himself like a Ryan Flaherty or a Jace Tingler did. Like, I'm just lucky to have this job. He's Albert Pujols.
It's so hard to ever put yourself into this mindset when you're talking money and the kind of money that these guys make. But like, I just looked it up. His career earnings just alone in baseball were $341 million. So is he super upset about a couple $1 million here or there, or is he looking for the right fit for him?
Yeah, you may leave that on the table
to go to a better
situation, or buy me out for half and I'll walk or whatever. Like, who knows? I don't like getting in people's pockets. I really don't. It's whatever he can get is what he should get.
He's been working with prospects for the Angels in the DR and Angels players at spring training. We've seen other players, with the Padres in roles like that before, but his managerial experience is limited to just some Dominican Winter League. The Leones de Escogido did manage them to the title and the Caribbean Series title, so he had some success. But Woods that's a very short season and a tournament, and that's all. That's his extent of managing in Major League Baseball. So you'd be taking a chance.
I think it's a massive chance. Joshua says just because he was a great player, does that automatically mean he'll be a great manager? It almost means he automatically won't be if history serves, right? If history serves and stays true to what has always happened, the great players that were great managers, you count them on one hand? Frank Robinson, was he a great manager? I don't know if he was I think he was. I think he won World Series.
You're better off being a average catcher.
Yeah.
Have a nice little major league career, and then you'll get a managing job.
Pros, cons from the Albert Pujols hire.
I was thinking about it yesterday. Outside of the first-time manager bid, which it sounds like a lot of the candidates are going to be first-time managers.
Yep.
So maybe you have to just throw that away entirely. I'm not totally sure that a first-time manager where this team is at, where this franchise is at, in this very end of the window that we've been talking about now for a few years, I'm not sure their first-time manager is the right choice. Outside of that, I can't think of any good reasons why not to just give it a shot, because at this point we've tried the no-name manager. We've tried the yes man manager. We've tried the experienced manager. We've tried the proven winning, 90 wins every year manager. Nothing's worked.
There is.
Why not the elite Hall of Fame play? No doubt 700 plus home run guy walks in, gets the respect day one.
Here's my reasons why not Albert Pujols. And I'm not saying that I don't think they should hire him. I'm just
These are just cons.
These are just a couple of cons. Managing is more than just,
commanding
respect. There's a lot of detail involved, as Mike Schultz showed us over the last 2 years. That's important, that matters. And if you don't have experience with that, learning on the job is not easy. He'll need to be surrounded by people who know exactly, what they're doing, strategic situations. You don't want someone who's kind of learning on the fly. And I'm not saying that Albert Pujols doesn't understand the strategy of baseball and
probably
situations
more than
like that.
A lot of people.
I'm sure he does, but it's different when you're, the game speeds up on you when you're sitting in that dugout and the one making those decisions. It's not a problem that's impossible to overcome. There was talk that the Angels, he wanted to bring in a lot of his own coaches. The Angels weren't that comfortable with that. Don't know that AJ Preller is all that comfortable. He likes a lot of his coaches. He likes Ruben Niebla, Ben Fritz. I don't see him going, go ahead, clean house and bring in whoever you want, Albert.
I saw the report that he really wants his longtime friend, Ramon Martinez, to come along with him and be the pitching coach. My answer to that is absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're not getting rid of Tio Ruben, dude. You're not.
No.
That cannot happen. That would be a real drag.
It also feels like this is kind of uncharted territory here with Albert Pujols because has any player better than him ever tried to manage? I don't think so. He's on like the elite of elite lists.
Like Ted Williams.
Like he's on the top 10, maybe all time list. You know what I mean? He's in that conversation.
Ted Williams was a horrific manager. One of the best players to ever do it.
Like he was great, not good. Like maybe he's so good that it's just like, how do you decide?
Derek Jeter failed as an executive. Michael Jordan as an executive. Just because you're a great player does not mean you're going to be good at other elements of the job.
I'm not trying to be an executive.
Which brings me to my other con.
Trying to be a coach.
Again, I'm just worried about a little bit. Is he going to be completely bought in? If it's not what he kind of expected, he's not tied to the Padres organization in any way. Is he willing to see this through? Because there are going to be some hard moments. Is this really what Albert wants? And it may be. I don't know Albert Pujols well enough to know what he is thinking and his personality. But is he going to be completely bought into the World Series championship in San Diego? The message that's coming from the top, from the fans, what the Padres want. Is he 100%? Is he as committed as we all are to winning a World Series title for San Diego?
Yeah, I mean, one would hope you don't take that gig without.
That's what I hope.
Without being all on board. I mean, look, it's.
Again, that's when I fall back to who's done it better than him.
I see the big name. I see the big name. I see the excitement of it, and that is actually what makes me a little bit nervous about it. Is that because it's such a big name? Is he a brilliant baseball strategist in the year 2025? That remains to be seen. But again, you surround yourself with guys that are, and sky's the limit, I think. So,
does the fact that the Dominican national team thinks he's good enough to coach in the World Baseball Classic, assuming he doesn't get a managerial job?
Remember, the WBC managers are inherently guys who aren't managing in the big leagues because you can't.
Right.
You've already got a job. Who's the U.S. manager? I mean, Mark DeRosa.
Yeah, DeRosa.
Does anyone think he's one of the greatest managers of all time? Probably not.
Nobody's saying Pujols is the greatest manager of all time.
The fact that he's managing the Dominican team doesn't tell me much.
It tells me somebody, one group of all-star players is totally
he's
fine
willing
with
and available, and he's a big name. It's a PR gig to manage the World Baseball Classic.
And
you're
again,
not even putting together a team. You're a figurehead for the WBC, making a couple of decisions.
And I look, if that's the guy, obviously everyone will support it. And it's just the pros of it, obviously the experience. What I heard from Skip Schumacher about how he treated every AB as Game 7, man, if you can instill some of that into these guys, forget it. Right? Like,
is that something that can be instilled, though, or is that just either in you or it's not in you?
No, I think it's a mentality. I do. I think it's a mentality that you can.
And he has it, but
but I think you can. And Skip said other guys fed off of that, and that's how they won that World Series.
Yes, but can you feed? You can feed off it as a player. can you feed off as a manager who's not going up there and treating every at bat? He's just sitting in the dugout now.
No, but it's more of that's the message. That's his message to the guys.
That was Mike Schilt's message, I think, too. He was a every game is the most important game you're playing kind of guy. Every at bat is the most important at bat. That was Mike Schilt's.
So why
message.
did he give away so many outs? I don't agree with your.
I mean, that's what he said.
He had differing strategies of what he said and what he actually did.
Just quickly, Kevin Acee saying the Padres are expected to interview Ruben Niebla. The team has also reportedly shown interest in Nick Hundley. Again, just be a catcher who does okay in the major leagues, and you are on your way to a great managerial career. We love Nick. We love Ruben.
Yes.
Love to see those names on the list. Will there be other names?
There are other names, yeah.
Even after the World Series. Don Mattingly's a name we've heard. He's coaching in the World Series for the first time as bench coach for the Toronto Blue Jays. If anybody's interested, including the Padres, have to wait until the World Series is over to get those. So again, I don't think this process is done yet. It's very, very in the early stages of something that's going to take at least a few weeks.
Yeah, you'd hate to interview Albert on Monday and then hire him on Wednesday because it would not be an extensive and thorough process.
I don't think that's going to happen. All right, let's take a timeout. When we come back,
speaking of
don't do this.
Oh, we're doing that here.
And then Mikey Varas. Yes, we're going to break a little early so we have time to get to Mikey at the bottom of the hour. Stick around. Ben and Woods continuing on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Tonight, though, the start of the professional basketball season.
Oh, it is?
Yes. I know you don't care that much, but hey, if you're putting out daily fantasy sports lineups, daily fantasy and basketball are great. You've got so many different stat projections to play on Prize Picks, points, rebounds, assists, combine them all together, fantasy score, first quarter options, first half options, second half options. They got live options, including tonight's max discount square. Steph Curry, more or less than 1/2 of 1 point in Los Angeles. I'll let you guess which one to pick there. As you put together your first winning lineup at Prize Picks, you're just picking between 2 and 6 players in your lineup and winning real money by watching sports. You're doing it anyway. Might as well add a little enjoyment with Prize Picks. When you download the Prize Picks app, make sure you use the code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KWFN to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's easy. You can win up to 2,000 times your money on Prize Picks, or go a little more conservative, put less in your lineup, do a flex play where you don't even have to win them all. You can win consistently and win that way. I've done it for a couple of years. Lots of fun with Prize Picks. Sign up today. Download the app. Go to prizepicks.com. At Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort, now open.
Mikey Varas at the bottom of the hour. First, it's Don't Do This, brought to you by Trust and Will. Don't leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die. No. Set up a trust or will online at trustandwill.com. This is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info.
Talk about stepping in it yesterday. The El Paso Chihuahuas sent out a tweet. It was
Padres AAA affiliate.
Yeah, well, I have so much Chihuahuas gear that I wear all the time. Love it. Love the El Paso gear. John Conniff always brings it for me from Mad Friars. I appreciate you, John, very much. I wear it all the time. Stepped in it yesterday, and I don't know why. Seems like an unforced error, right? One that you didn't need to do. They tweeted out, former Chihuahua Blake Snell, good luck 2025 World Series. But that was what the graphic says. But then it said in the tweet body,
I can defend at least. All right, he played for the Chihuahuas.
Like a third of an inning or something.
That's true. He just went. It like a rehab assignment?
It threw like one pitch. I think he faced one batter.
Okay, so this is wholly unnecessary already.
Again, I think it was a bit.
Uh-huh.
They turned off comments on it, which is hysterical. But this is the most egregious part. Big congrats to former Chihuahua Blake Snell, headed to the World Series final. The final is
World
what
Series
got
final.
Me. World Series will suffice.
It will.
It's all you need.
Never heard of the World Series.
The World Series final.
Are they doing a bit to see who's going to bite on their bad social media skills?
They must have. Do you need? Some people just like interaction,
but they turned off the comments.
The World Series final, it starts on Friday between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. And yes, Blake.
The Super Bowl game.
I wonder if that was AI.
Oh.
I wonder if it was. That sounds kind of AIEOU. doesn't it? Very AI-ish. Interesting. So, yeah, they got dragged all day. Like, just crushed.
We have seen too many of these stories. This one particularly gnarly. Minnesota Vikings cornerback Isaiah Rodgers got burned in the loss to the Eagles over the weekend, opened up his DMs on social media.
Never do that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure athletes are dealing with this all the time. This one was particularly bad, so he posted it online to shame the person who sent it to him.
Why?
I can't really read any of it.
Did he post the person's username? Because that you have, if you're going to do
so
that,
I believe
think
so,
you need
because
to post
the person at the end, I'll say this, at the end apologized, admitted what they did was completely unacceptable.
After they got dragged
publicly.
There you go.
But he said, good bleeping bleep bleep face. You bleeping suck. Bleeping third down. You know it's a pass, and you just gave the Eagles the win. Good bleep bleep face. Bleeping racial slur. You're worse the Hitler. Not than.
Worse the Hitler?
Worse the Hitler. Should have never picked you up. Worthless piece of bleep. Waste of air.
Good Lord.
Racial slur. Really, really gnarly.
So he posts it.
Yeah.
And then did the guy write back?
I didn't see the post, but according to the story on TMZ, he did admit that what he did was unacceptable. Rodgers opted not to reveal the identity of the troll. He just revealed that he got the apology message.
I think you have to throw it out there.
Ouch.
Yeah, it happens way too much, way too frequently these days. People are tough online. You know that. Tough on podcasts, tough online.
Yeah.
You see it all the time.
Don't know if it's gambling or fantasy, Satan's blowfish, but people lose their minds at athletes.
$5. The guy lost his $15 parlay. Lost his mind. I hate it. It's such a bummer, man. I've sent messages to athletes, but they've all been positive. All been. I sent one to Orion Kirkering after that moment. I said, keep your head up, man. You're a G. Like, straight up, don't worry about it. Keep your head up. Wonder how he's doing. I think about him a lot.
Did he write you back?
He didn't.
Don't have time to write everybody back.
No.
It's nice that you did that.
I thought so. It made me feel better.
Okay.
Right? Just to let them know that not everybody's going to think you're an idiot. But I thought, I like spreading a message of positivity from time to time. We can be fairly negative as well. I get that.
Yeah.
This was a tough listen last night for do this, but it is a do this.
DD mega doo-doo.
So after the Mariners lose that game, reporters go into the locker room, which has got to be the toughest day of the year, right? You're just lost in heartbreaking fashion in a game 7, and you're done. Your season's over. And they're interviewing Brian Wu, I believe, and you hear in the background raw emotion, and it's come out that it was actually Julio Rodriguez who struck out to end the game.
Gone is further than any other team in franchise history.
Let it fly.
The question was, how does it feel getting that close, the closest in franchise history? And you hear the scream, and he goes, like that.
Play it again.
Having gone is further than any other team in franchise history.
That.
Wow.
You feel it, right? You feel it in your guts. You need to get it out sometimes. I'm a big fan of the guttural yell, as you guys know. You have to get it out.
It's just, you just don't get another chance. It's one thing like, all right, we'll get him next week. We'll get him tomorrow. But there's no tomorrows. There might not be a next season. I mean, you may not get back to the ALCS.
Yeah. There's no guarantee that you're going to get back.
Decades. Who knows? That's why you always want a chance at redemption, and you don't know that you get it. And that is don't and do this. Oof, for a Tuesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Do you guys do scream therapy? Not scream therapy, but do you scream and get it out from time to time?
Sometimes
I do too.
It all in.
I do too. I want to hear your scream.
Dennis Lynn reporting that
Hold
Carlos.
on. We'll get to the Carlos Hernandez's. Relax. Back up from the mic. Back up.
Yeah, we don't have time. We have
Mikey plenty.
Varas.
We have 10 minutes.
We have 3 minutes.
Good. We only need like 10 seconds.
We can do it later.
You just lose. You miss a 4-foot putt to lose the championship at the GOAT. You finally made it. You beat that.
Yeah.
What's that guy that always beats your ass?
Yeah.
Jack Collier, who whips your ass up and down the course every time. It's you and Collier.
Yeah.
4-footer to win it. You get in your car. What does it sound like? Back up. Let's hear it. As good as you can do. Dang it! That's it?
Yeah.
That you won't scream?
No.
Give me
Dang
one
it.
yell. Like, I want to hear.
Nothing?
I want to hear
more of a
yell.
under my breath sort of. I just don't scream. I'm not a screamer.
I want to hear what it sound like. Try it. I think oh, that's pretty good.
Right.
I'll take those. Very short.
I mean, it's short,
but I'll take it.
It's not extended.
It sounded like a sneeze.
You did. Like a cough sneeze. All right, so that's the best you got.
We got Mikey.
You're amazing.
I did want to mention Dennis Lynn reporting Carlos Hernandez interested in the Padres managerial opening. We'll get to that a little bit later. Mikey Varas when we return on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Oh, well, first, let me tell you about my beloved Eco Water. I'm leaving town, obviously, in order of importance, the people I'll miss, my wife, my sons, Eco Water, and then you guys. Okay, Eco Water comes in third in my home. We have the Eco Water system, got it about 3 years ago, right around the holidays. Couldn't be happier with the upgrade that we've made for our family. They are the first with remote monitoring, the first with Wi-Fi and leak detection, the first with whole home automatic cutoffs that can stop a leak before it becomes a disaster. It's not just innovation, protection you can see and control, and all that is fine and dandy. But what I love the most is the taste. I love the convenience. I love that it comes out of every single faucet in my home, the showers, the sinks. I can fill up my kid's water bottle from the sink and know that they have the best water available. So been doing this a long time, since 1925. They patented the first self-regenerating water softener. Now, a century later, they're still leading the way. And it's hard water, not just rough on your skin, destroying your plumbing, appliances, water heater. Ignore it. You could be doing that whole home repipe. Not very fun. Runs about $24K. That's why we went with Eco Water SoCal. Not about protection either. It's about better water for everything that you use it for. So try the Soft Life and alkaline water now, just $9.95 a month. Call 760-350-3338 or visit ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort, now open.
To our David P. Shapiro fan hotline, because joining us right now, the head coach of the Western Conference champion and number 1 seeded San Diego FC, Mikey Varas, is with us. Mikey, congratulations and welcome back to Ben & Woods. It is great to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, first of all, you're doing it wrong. We would have been more than satisfied with a good effort this season, maybe sneak into the playoffs the first year.
Yeah.
Now you've raised the bar so high. This is just, I mean, you could have just kind of taken some gradual steps, 3 or 4 years. What are you thinking?
No, you got to go for it in life. You never know. You can't take anything for granted. So, we took the steps to try to build a foundation, and along the way, we've had some really good results. We've had good fortune. We've had a lot of things have gone well, including a lot of hard work. And no, we have no regrets. We're really happy where we stand right now.
We've come a long way from me shaming you guys into bringing me a kit back at the Christmas show back in December. We have come a long way in these 10 months since. Mikey, do you let yourself look back? Are you a reflector at all, or are you just a charge forward guy all the time?
So I'm a big time short-term reflection person. So in terms of like what went well in the last week, the last day, the last couple of days, because I believe that helps you charge ahead. I'm not somebody in the middle of the season who will have a big reflection on all the things that have happened. I think that's for after the season. But one thing we have done is we've chunked games. So we chunked 9 games at a time and looked for where our strengths and weaknesses were, so we could address the next 9 games. That's about the most. But in terms of just like what's been accomplished, that'll be for when the ride is over.
I know individual accomplishments are not as important as the team stuff, but I want to ask about Anders Dreyer and the season that he had, Mikey. I know in a league that includes Messi, it's hard to talk about things like MVP, but just, kind of reflect on the contributions he's made here in his first season in MLS and what he's meant to San Diego FC.
Yeah, he's been absolutely massive. I think the stats speak for themselves, right? The types of goals he scored, the types of assists he's had, the big moments he's had, for us, and come from behind type of games. But the more important thing is just top professional, great teammate, and he works really hard for the team. So when you have guys who are, the top guys, and they have that humble attitude in terms of just wanting to win and do whatever it takes, I think you always have a chance of doing something special as a team.
Talking to the coach of SDFC, Mikey Varas, here on Ben & Woods this morning. And I know you had talked about it after the win in Portland. People in the chat, you got to ask him about Chucky. Everybody loves Chucky. Is everything okay with Chucky? Can we expect him back anytime soon? What is the update there, if there is one?
Yeah, no, we had a situation that we're handling internally, and we'll have an update by the end of the week.
Okay, he's going to keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Question asked and answered. Now, your opponent is yet to be determined. You'll find out tomorrow night whether it's Portland again or Real Salt Lake. I've seen some fans go, I don't know if you want to keep playing Portland 4 times in a row. Do you have any thoughts on the potential matchup for your first round playoff series?
It'll be who it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know,
I knew that was coming.
That's how it is.
Very,
We'll be ready.
It's very coach speak. And listen, I can, obviously you can make the pros and cons for each. We'll do that, Mikey. You don't have to actually do that on the air. We'll do it for you. So you will, get a home playoff game at the snap to start. You guys have been so dominant on the road, just as dominant as can be. What do you attribute the difference in how you've played at home as to how you play on the road?
I think the team has played really good games both on the road and at home. I think when games are at home, they've been a little bit more closed. I think the way teams approach us at home is a little bit different than how they approach us when they play at their own stadiums, for example. So you can get the game a little bit more open away. But ultimately, the most important thing is we're really confident in the performances we've had recently. Even before these last two games, we had a couple of results that didn't go our way, but we felt the performances were really good, which is important.
From a planning standpoint, I know you're focused on the first game on Sunday. At least you will be when you know who you're playing. But the MLS playoffs are a little strange, at least for us as fans of other sports as well, where you start with a series and then you got a little break and then it goes into the single elimination. Is there any different ways you approach that, just kind of knowing that you've got this potential 1.5 month or 2 month journey still ahead of you?
Yeah, we have to take all of that into account because there's a FIFA window in between, depending on when, for the teams that get to advance into the next rounds, do they win in 2 games? Do they win in 3 games? That also affects how long they'll play between games. So we'll have all of that stuff sorted out. We're not really trying to predict the scenarios right now because it's just a headache. But we know what we'll need to plan for once reality sets in, if that makes sense.
It does. And one thing though, I always think about this when I'm watching the baseball playoffs, right? So the LA Dodgers are sitting at home last night watching Game 7. And they probably have, dossiers on both teams already, but you're looking at the series and you're kind of making plans for both. Is it the same with you guys? You're looking at the 2 teams that are playing that you're going to end up playing one of them. Are you kind of planning for both, or do you just wait till it's over? Okay.
No, so we've had somebody on our staff, analyst on our staff, already preparing. They were preparing, I think, 5 teams before this last weekend, right? So now that got narrowed down to 2 teams. This week, early in the week, we'll be preparing the group for things that we know are similar between the 2 teams.
Got it.
So we can already get into preparation mode right away. We found these 3 things to be similar between those 2 groups. Okay, we're gonna do that early in the week, and then once Wednesday happens, then we'll use the final 3 days of the week to really focus on the things that are different between those 2 teams.
That's interesting.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
That's a lot of sense.
It's interesting to me how that works.
Mikey, last week I saw you talking before decision day. You were asked, will you do any scoreboard watching, knowing you didn't only need a win, but you needed some help to get that 1 seed with the Vancouver loss? And you said, absolutely not. Won't even glance at it. Did you hold to that? Did you ever find yourself peeking or finding out what was going on in the second half, especially after you guys were up, 3 or 4-0? Did you?
That would have been the time.
Did you let yourself look at least once to see what was going on in the Vancouver-Dallas match?
You'll know this if you ever talk to my wife. I'm a very predictable human being. I get tunnel vision, and all I wanted was a clean sheet. And I actually was trying to push our group to score 5th. And I had no idea after the game that what the score was anywhere. And it wasn't until the guys started kind of circling around that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot other teams are playing right now. And that's where I kind of got my attention back drawn to it.
That was a pretty cool moment. I saw the video that the team put out. You kind of had it on your phones and you're all watching. And as it finished out, just what was it like with the guys there in Portland in the rain as you're wrapping it up and everything breaks the way you wanted it to?
I mean, it's just a special moment that you have to celebrate because I'm one of these people who thinks that you should celebrate the small moments in life, and then you got to get over it, right? And on to the next. But don't forget to celebrate, because like, we should never take for granted how hard it is to be positioned where we are. And then of course, like, when it happens organically that way, where it's like one of the guys' phones, you know what I mean, and they just they make it happen. It makes it even more special, because it's not like a planned thing, right? That just happened.
That was incredible. And obviously, best wishes going forward. We know you got a meeting you got to get to. The last thing for me, when we had a couple of analysts in early in the year, they said, oh, CJ Dos Santos is interesting. How many clean sheets for him this season? 10? Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, 10 clean sheets for your keeper. And they said, oh, we'll see. We'll see how he does. He's been phenomenal. Just a quick word about your keeper back there and how comfortable you are having him manning that goal.
Yeah, I think he's grown a lot this season, and this is an important season. He didn't play professional matches before this, so it's normal that a lot of people had questions. But I think what we really pride ourselves on is we have a really demanding yet safe environment here, where we really pride ourselves on setting the players up for success, right? To try to create an environment where they are really clear about what is required of them, and then they can just go out there and play and let it fly. And I think he's grown tremendously this year, and it'll be really exciting to see how he continues to develop.
I know it would be tough. Do you have any interest in also managing the Padres?
Yeah, at the same, they're looking
They're
right
looking.
No,
Okay,
I could never. That's amazing.
You've got an in. I mean, you got an in, a pretty good in.
We'll put in a good word if you're
He's
interested.
got Manny, so like
I know,
he's right there.
He knows you.
By the way, I would regret not saying this, because I know you. This is like baseball is a thing. So I got to like speak with Manny, like, and really like talk to him for the first time. Just recently, he was out at the facility, and I was blown away by how down to earth, humble, and just a real good guy he is. For how elite of an athlete he is, I always want to give these guys credit who have this tremendous talent. Obviously they make really good money. They have a lot going for them, but they're just really, really good people, humble, and you can see got that fire inside to want to get back and make it happen for the city. Like, I think the city's lucky to have guys like that.
I think
awesome,
we're
man.
lucky to have guys like Mikey Varas.
100%.
Mikey, appreciate it. Good luck on Sunday in the playoff opener, and hopefully for a deep run. Thank you so much.
Yeah, appreciate you.
As Mikey Varas, head coach, SDFC, on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. And yes, they changed the whole copy on me from yesterday when I started accusing everybody of facing criminal charges. All of a sudden, that's no longer what I'm supposed to say anymore.
Probably just a coincidence.
I think so. Sunday, 6:30, Snapdragon Stadium. Again, it'll be either Portland or Salt Lake City. We won't know until tomorrow night. We do know the first 25,000 fans. They're going to be giving away scarves. You can get your tickets still to go see the first ever MLS playoff game in San Diego history on Sunday night at 6:30.
My dream is that I'm driving back on Sunday, watching the game,
championship
in hand myself, watching the game as I drive home after our championship game. I hope that's the dream. It would really help pass the time on that road trip back, but obviously pulling for those guys. That was so funny at the Christmas extravaganza. Rod just brings it up. When they walked in, I was like, oh my God, my big mouth is, I'm going to get my ass kicked by Mikey Varas in this room for complaining that we are the only ones that didn't get jerseys. Everybody got jerseys. We didn't get them. And then they brought mine. I was going to wear it today. I've either gotten bigger or it got smaller. One of the two. And I'm not sure which one. So, Mikey, if you're listening still, I'm going to need a bigger size. I would love to rep it as much as I can.
Did you wash it? Did you?
I believe I did wash it.
Perhaps?
I believe I did. But it's very tight. Stuffed sausage. Yeah. And I really like it. It's cool. But it's very skin tight on me.
This is the time to break it out, though.
Some guys like their tight I'm not a tight clothes guy.
I mean, you've been going to your trainer. Show off those muscles that you've been developing.
It's more of gets real tight around the midsection for some reason. And then you see like indentations of like hair and like your belly button. It's not great. It's not great. So I need like a bigger, blousier STFC jersey.
We have to take a quick time out to check traffic, and then we'll come back, finish out this hour. We still have lots to get to. Don't go away. Ben and Woods continuing here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Toyota of Poway, voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today. Guys, the hits just keep coming. Now we get a crash on northbound 5 right before the Coronado Bridge. A couple vehicles involved, and looks like you got middle lanes blocked. Traffic that remains in effect eastbound 8. Lanes are blocked between Fairmont and College for investigation of that fatal crash that happened around 10:30 last night. Traffic is being diverted off at south and northbound 15. Also, westbound 54, just before the 5, reports of a crash involving a motorcycle. It's being moved over to the right shoulder. Got this collision on northbound 805 just before Palm Avenue. A couple cars over the right shoulder. And another crash involving a motorcycle westbound 52 just past Mission Gorge Road. Looks like that is mostly in the center divide. Toyota of Poway has been voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today, with APRs as low as 0% and tons of new Toyotas on the ground. No tricks, only treats during the Trucktober sales event happening now only at Toyota of Poway or online at toyotaofpoway.com in the heart of San Diego. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
This hour, 97.3 The Fan, is brought to you by IHOP. Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling, sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
Some locations are 7, some are 6.
Not sure specifically which ones are 7.
Some are 650.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
In between.
Right, depending on where you are.
Again, thank you to Mikey Varas for joining us. That was a lot of fun.
He is in playoff mode, you can tell.
He's always kind of in playoff mode.
But today you could really tell
playoff mode when we met him at the Christmas party.
Yeah.
The guy is focused.
Yeah, he's locked in. Really like that guy a lot, man.
Yeah, I was wondering if he would check the scoreboard once they were up like 4-0. Like just see, maybe, look up once. I'm sure it's in Portland. They probably got it on a screen somewhere. We're up 4-0. Nothing bad is going to happen if I take 5 seconds and look up and see how Vancouver is doing.
Right.
We're not going to lose the game. But he said, no, I wanted to press for the clean sheet and the 5th goal at that point. I did not even think about it until the game was over and the players came and mentioned, oh, by the way, Vancouver's losing 2-1. There's like 20 seconds left. Let's watch it on our phones together.
Man, coaches and managers and really elite athletes have always fascinated me, obviously, and most of you guys listening too. Their focus is what sets them apart. It's really what it is. There's so many guys with ability, Ben, to manage, to play. It's the focus. The focus is really what can you get yourself to get to a place where you are 100% locked in a game. I've never done it. Never. I've never been locked in. I've never been locked in through a 4-hour show ever in my life. I've had good hours. I've had great hours. Like, man, that was the best hour radio I've ever done. I need to walk out the door. It doesn't last. It doesn't last. It's just so hard to do.
It's funny because I think as fans, we are always so critical of when it seems like a guy loses focus. You're getting paid all this money.
Yeah.
You're a professional. Think about that. How hard it is just in your own life
just to lock in
and
for
keep
a long
focused
time
for a long period of time. We all take breaks at work. We all go, I don't know what do you do? I go strolling around for a couple of minutes at Channel 10. I need a break every once in a while. But when you are in the middle of a 3-hour baseball game, it's not really break time. I guess, when you're up at your team's up and you're not up, you can take a moment.
You have to watch that pitcher and watch the game. And how did he throw Paulie? What is he? Do you start him with a fastball? I mean, that's what the great ones do,
True.
At least, and it really is remarkable, man. It really, really is remarkable. I can recall on 2 hands the amount of ABs in my whole life that I've been completely focused throughout, like 10 times maybe in all the ABs I've ever had, that I was locked in from the minute I got up there to the minute I either got out, walked, or got a hit. Really, like maybe 10 ABs where I didn't think about anything else, but I see where it's coming out.
What
I
else are
can
you
pick-
thinking about when you're up there?
you try not to think about anything. You're like, but you'll be like, oh, stupid shoes, or why is that guy playing me there? Or I need to get a hit here. I'm going to get made fun of. Like all kinds of stuff goes through your head. Are you kidding? Like if I was able to take my phone up there and look at it, I probably would. That's how bad it is. But the elite ones, man, they are.
Time out.
They're specials. Twitter
Scroll.
saying, yeah,
Okay.
it's just tough. It's just really tough. So he sounds locked in. Would be a really fun guy to play for, I think, because he talked about the expectations that they had, and what he's trying to do, and also all the great managers. They all say one thing too, and I love this, and I hope this for the next Padres skipper. You heard him say, as he was talking about preparation for his guys, and then I just want them to go out and play. I want them to just go out and be themselves and play. And I think that's what the great managers do. They don't try to make you in their image. They try to hone your skills and then let you go out and be you. It's like I told my son and my wife this the other day, because minor B is coming, which is like real baseball, where I have pitchers and I need to worry about, hey, this kid's throwing 60 pitches. I got to get him out. Like all those things you have to worry about. And I told her, she goes, you're going to be a nightmare, aren't you? Minor B, like real baseball. And I go, not in the games. That's practice. I'm going to be a nightmare. Your kid will hate coming to practice because I'm going to be hard on them in practice. But when the game gets there, I really won't be. That's where let's have fun and go be yourselves and play. We've put in all the work in practice and we've worked really hard. Now go out and be you. And I'm not going to grind your gears in the middle of a game. And that's a lesson that you kind of learn listening to skippers talk over the years. They just want these guys to go out and play. And I really hope the next manager sits down with a Jackson Merrill and says, buddy, go out and be the wild stallion that you are. You don't need to worry about getting a guy over, ever. You don't. Never. It's not in your skill set, and I don't want it to be a part of your skill set. I want you to go out and be Jackson Merrill, the guy that rips doubles oppo, the guy that yanks home runs, the guy that robs catches. Same with Toddy, same with Manny, all those guys. Let them be them. That's my greatest hope for the next skipper of the San Diego Padres.
All right, we've got to take a timeout. We've got 2 hours remaining. When we get back, we'll have some take on Woods for you. We'll have a Padres Smörgåsbord looking at A.J. Preller's tenure as he approaches perhaps a contract extension in the coming weeks based on the information we got yesterday. All coming up with Ben Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
right, we are halfway home on a Tuesday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Great to be here with all of you guys. Appreciate how you make it a priority to tune into Ben and Woods every single day. Somehow, some way. You always find a way. The Tier 1's best audience in radio. It's not close. Thank you guys for your support. Couldn't do what we do without all of you. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. Very valued member of the team. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. Also very valued member of the team.
And in that role of sports anchor last night, I turned you both into unwitting television stars.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah, I played a clip from our Eric Grupner interview yesterday from our YouTube stream on Channel 10 after Monday Night Football. I nearly made a colossal mistake, though. I caught it, fortunately, or I could have gotten in a lot of trouble. Maybe even lost my job if I didn't catch this. And I nearly...
You didn't put your pants back on.
Missed it. So I clipped the segment from Eric Grupner, The Bite, where he was talking about AJ Preller working on a contract extension. And I had the screen and looks good. It's got our YouTube stream. Woods on the left, me in the middle, Paul on the right. And I have it it's edited. It's ready to go. And then I look through it one more time and I don't even notice it. But this year, Paulie has started turning on the comments on the chat. And as I looked at that, and I kind of ignore it because I've got the whole stream of comments on my screen. But I looked and someone wrote a bad word that cannot be on television in the comments.
What word?
It's the F word was on there.
What was the context?
It was something about the effing interview or something that we were doing.
Wow.
And I am so glad I caught it. I was able to use the blur feature on my Final Cut Pro editing to blur out the corner of the screen so you couldn't see it. But I nearly ran that sucker with the word that rhymes with sucker, and it wasn't there.
Somebody would have seen it for sure.
Someone would have noticed because I'm editing on a laptop. But when you project it onto,
it's huge.
Your home 63-inch television, those comments don't look so small anymore. They look fairly large and in the corner.
An F word in the chat. That doesn't sound like our tier 1.
Does it? Yeah. So be
Must have been a
careful out
Dodger
there.
fan.
That nearly made it. That was almost my bad.
Oh my God. Makes me sick to my stomach.
I know. Glad I thought of that.
I'm glad you caught it.
Yeah.
You can toggle the chat on and off the screen. So if you think you're going to use it
but when I download it, can I toggle it off? I didn't know that.
No. Like, it has to be in real time.
In real time. This was the downloaded post version, so it was already on there.
Did you give Ben express written consent to use your name, image, and likeness on the news? Because I didn't get a text
receive a payment.
Not even like, hey, do you guys mind?
None of that.
Technically, none of us were speaking. It was Eric Grupner who was speaking.
Okay.
We just didn't have a video shot of him because it was a phone interview.
All right.
I could have created like that screen voice of Eric Grupner on 97.3 The Fan, but I thought it would be better promotion for the show and showing that you can actually watch us on YouTube to see the stream and what it looks like for, I imagine there's some Channel 10 viewers like, oh, that's cool. I can watch them on YouTube in the morning. So that was kind of a bit of secret advertising in there as well.
Yeah, I like that, certainly. But again, I didn't look great yesterday as pre-haircut.
True.
So you just put me on there.
I did. I took a moment because I wanted to make sure like no one was doing something inappropriate
Picking our
or anything.
nose
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
Right. I was probably chewing on something.
You were okay.
All right.
I there was another clip I was going to use, and I said, "Hey, Woods is kind of
finger."
Yeah,
Woods has kind of got his head like lolled back, and he probably doesn't want that on television.
Daydreaming.
So I didn't use that one, which I'm surprised. I'm sure you've been so excited about this baseball tournament for months. I mean, when did you first decide you were going? Like months ago.
December.
Like like almost a year ago.
Yeah, I put out the email to used to take the team all the time, and we won it a couple times, and we got. I mean, I've been doing this since Mighty 1090 days, right? We took our first team back then, and it was. Bo was just a baby the first time we went and won one. It was crazy, and so I had this idea of getting the band back together and sent out the kind of, hey, who would be in? And of course, 50 guys respond back. I'm in. So you order their jerseys, you get everything done. And now most of the OGs have kind of fallen off. There's still a few of the OGs out there, but I really had to go to the well. Like, who do you know that's good? Okay, we'll bring him. Oh, you got buddies that live out in Arizona? Perfect. We'll take 4 of them.
So this is a bit of an ad hoc group.
This is it's an expansion team essentially with a little bit of a core. There's a little bit of a core, but there's going to be 10 guys I've never met.
This is like the scene in Major League when Lou Brown's meeting his team for the first time.
That's exactly right. These guys are walking up to the field. I'm like, and you are? Oh, you're Louis? Okay, here's your jersey, right? Like, it's
Louis Mays Hayes here.
Yeah, that's it. And so, we'll see how it goes.
How are you? How's the focus here now? You're hitting the road in 2 hours when we're done with the show, right?
My kind of team.
Yeah, 100%. Now we have a group chat going, and I was nervous to do the group chat because people abuse it. And it got abused last night. I woke up to like 700.
It only takes one person to go off on a tangent.
That's it.
And the group chat is ruined.
It's like it's over. I mean, it's like people are sending voice like, "Hey man, I'm gonna kick some ass out there." Like people are sending voice messages.
See, that's what AI needs to do. We need an AI that doesn't let you send a text that's off topic in the group chat that's supposed to be about one thing.
That's right.
This is about our baseball team planning for Arizona.
Yeah.
Don't start commenting on the Padres managerial search.
No, there's none
here.
of that really.
Okay.
It's more of like people sending like gifts and stuff. But like one guy does it and then everybody else does it. And then I'm like, all right, let's remember this is for like informational purposes only, like game time.
Hey guys, just want to make sure everybody knows.
Yeah.
Here.
And it's like I don't want to pull a power trip and be like, don't speak until spoken to. How about that? Is that a good rule?
Mr. Fun Manager.
Mr. Fun Manager. Right.
New rule. The chat feature is only to be used by me.
Yeah. And if you have a problem, let me know in the chat. But other than that, don't send your gifts of Randy Macho Man Savage. I don't need it. I don't need it. So it's happening right now. It's a bit of a nightmare, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I have confidence in a lot of the guys that I'm bringing. My lineup looks pretty dirty, but you never know what you're running up against either. So that makes it fun. You get to play on the big boy fields, and I'm nervous as I can possibly be.
You got your drive planned out?
I'm just probably going to do the
stop in Yuma.
Yeah, probably going to stop in Yuma. My friend Joey's riding with me, so we'll head out and just get out there. You got to go to do the check-in, get all the gear. Then you go to the Airbnb, you do the inventory of the Airbnb, then you go to Costco or the grocery store, you buy some groceries, and then you unpack and kind of settle in, and you wait for your first game, which is tomorrow at 8 p.m. So I'm going to be a caged tiger most of the day.
A quick update, mentioned it before Mikey Varas joined us, but Dennis Lynn, piece in The Athletic this morning about Carlos Hernandez and his interest in the open managerial job. Of course, Carlos, last 14 years, has been Spanish language color analyst for the San Diego Padres broadcast with Eduardo Ortega. Now, there's been precedent. Jerry Coleman left the broadcast booth, became a manager. Bob Brenly was a broadcaster, won a World Series with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Don't know if that's the path that I want, a current modern 2025 era major league skipper going with so much, in terms of the analytics and detail that now goes into managing that, preparing for a broadcast has some of that, obviously. But Carlos says, he's been keeping up with the latest and talking to players and coaches and feels like he'd be ready for this. And he wants to deliver a World Series championship to San Diego.
Yeah, he said he got so close as a player. So close as a broadcaster, would love to do it as a skipper. I think Carlos would be a fantastic manager. Fantastic. One of the best humans you will meet. Obviously knows the game from that perspective behind the dish.
He and Freddie Fermin are from the same town in Venezuela.
He has the right temperament as well. There is a temperament that you need. I think Carlos has it. Just knowing him from hanging out with him every year at fantasy camp for 7 years now, 8 years. Just as great of a dude as you can meet.
Played for Boch.
He knows he knows the game, man. He knows the game. There's no question. So I wonder if they'll give him a look. I certainly would. If I were calling the shots, I'd absolutely give him an interview.
Dennis also mentioned that Brian Esposito, he didn't call it a formal interview necessarily, but spoke with team officials yesterday. We heard Eric Grupner tell us that they were going to be beginning that process. Sounds like it began with at least a chat with bench coach Brian Esposito yesterday. He also mentioned a couple of other names, including Ruben Niebla, who we believe is going to get an interview. He also mentioned Mark Loretta as someone who could be getting an interview from the Padres in the near future. So
I would think Lowe would be fantastic.
Lowe, Hernandez. We're talking about some of the fantasy camp counselors.
Yeah, we are.
As potential managers.
Gary Templeton want to throw his name in the hat.
Goose
Brett
Gossage.
Boone.
You imagine Goose out there?
No, I cannot.
He'd make
daily scrums with Goose would be
nerd too. He'd make it 15 minutes into drills.
That's generous.
15 minutes into drills. Yeah, I'm not doing this, ass. I'm going back to my ranch. I mean, the Yankees booted him. They booted him. You can't call players that these days, Goose. You can't. They booted him.
He couldn't make it through one media.
He couldn't make it through.
He did multiple media a day. He couldn't make it through one interview with us without cursing 3-4 times
and calling guys P words and all. I mean, God only knows what else. But like the Yankees used to have him out at spring training. They're like, "You're banned. You can't be here. You can't call them that. It's the year 2024, Goose. You can't call them those words anymore. That it doesn't fly."
Who was it who said to you, put him on the air?
Yeah, it was one of the trainers.
Yeah,
they were out on the field.
JoJo.
Yeah, because we would get done, like they'd be out of the field at like 9:30. We'd get off the air at 10, so we were always a little bit late. And I remember hustling out to one of the backfields, and I'm on the bench putting on my cleats and getting ready to go out and do some drills. And JoJo's standing there, and he goes, "Oh, how was the show today? I caught a little bit on my my drive in." I was like, It was good. Tom came up to us and said, "Hey, Goose is here for one day. Do you guys want to interview him?" And he goes, "You put Goose on live radio?"
It was a mistake, but it was a legendary mistake.
I would,
sure.
and I'd do it again. And I would do it again. I think Satan's Blowfish says I think he would legit throw hands with current players if he perceived them to be mouthy. Yeah, that'd be a really tough training camp. Spring training.
It would be.
It would be very, very difficult to work with Goose Gossage, dude. He's an interesting cat, to say the least.
Haven't heard Mud throw his name into the ring yet.
No, I
probably
haven't either.
He seems happy.
Nick Hunley's a fantasy camp coach.
That's true. He's a candidate as well.
How about Archie? Archie would be elite.
Archie would be great.
Archie would be amazing.
Brett Boone's coached, batting coach, hitting coach.
Hitting coach. Don't know.
Haven't heard his name mentioned in connection with the Padres managerial job at this point.
How would Heath Bell do?
Heater would be there early every day, grinding it out.
Culture would be interesting.
Are we
rubber chickens everywhere?
Yeah. Such bits all the time.
Are we scouring the college ranks at all for coaches the way the San Francisco Giants are doing, at least reportedly with they haven't hired anybody yet, but it sounds like they're closing in on Tony Vitello, the Tennessee coach. We mentioned it briefly yesterday.
You know, it's certainly going to be, if it happens, an interesting hire. I've seen Giants fans and Vols fans going back and forth, ripping on each other. I don't know the answer if so. The latest was the ball's in his court. And you think if you're Tony Vitello, it's like, all right, thanks for the ball. Where do I sign, right? But does he have such
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a lady about some white walls. I have no idea.
What do you mean you don't know?
Like you have an opportunity to manage the San Francisco Giants, and he's like, I don't know, I got practice today, so I don't know what the deal is with Tony Vitello, and I can't decide if I like him or not. I really can't.
You were fired up online yesterday.
Yeah, that bummed me out.
An interview he did.
It bummed me out. But he did an interview with Greg Olson, Greg Olson's a really good broadcaster. He was till he got replaced. Now he does a podcast. It's called Youth, and it basically is just kind of like, it's not, it highlights youth sports and highlights the trials and tribulations of coaches and parents and everything else.
Paulie's got a little clip here.
Yeah, this is Tony Vitello on with Greg Olson.
Are kids less developed? Are they better skilled baseball players with less understanding of the game as a result of this early kind of format that we've created at the younger levels?
Yeah, and I went and watched, I'm sure you saw Drew Gilbert play for us a ways back, and now the world's kind of finding out who he is. I went and saw him play just to see him in a big league uniform and was able to speak to a GM, and we both talked. I think everyone's suffering the consequences all the way up to the big leagues where guys are super skilled, but there's less development, less coaching, less accountability, and therefore less understanding of how to actually play the game to win. And it starts all the way trickle down effect. You know, Little League, I'm such a fan of, I'm not a father, but I sure love when the helmets are bigger than the kids. It's just funny as hell to see, but it isn't too much longer after that it's time to have a walkout song and make sure you got the fanciest unis. And maybe it's like trades are being made. Like, hey, this kid's no longer good enough, but we saw this kid that is.
My interview with Tony Vitello.
So it bummed me out. I saw that, and I tweeted something yesterday, and I said, look, there's some truth in that. There's always been truth in that, by the way. I said, what bugs me is when we act like the previous generations of baseball were just perfect, and the way that they coached back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, when we were playing was perfect. And I said, we've gotten really comfortable reducing children. We're talking about children to walk-up songs, sliding mitts, and fancy uniforms. So many coaches out there doing it the right way. And he contradicted himself a little bit because he said it's no longer about development. We're not developing them. These kids don't know how to win. I feel like some of the knock on travel ball and things like that is all you guys care about winning is you don't care about development, right? Like he contradicts himself there. Also,
travel ball doesn't care about development or winning. They care about money.
Well, okay. So, but see, that's a blanket statement that's not necessarily true. And I think, are there bad actors in travel ball? Yeah. Were there bad actors in baseball in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s? Of course, there always were. We just didn't have podcasts
it doesn't
to
make sense
highlight
to me,
it all.
though. Kids who are playing year round now, so much more baseball, yet they're getting less development while they're playing more baseball.
Correct.
That makes no sense to me.
Correct, man.
They're playing too much baseball, but they're not learning enough about baseball.
I don't.
And I thought you made a great point. What if a sliding mitt and a cool uniform helps get kids excited about playing?
It sure would have for me,
what's
man.
What's wrong with that?
Exactly. And like we've just reduced them. We've reduced our children to this, got to have a walk-up song. You got to have your sliding mitt. I'll tell you, man, the kids that I know, the kids that I coach are so hungry to learn, and they learn about fundamentals. They learn about what to do in certain counts. They learn about, we do it all the time. And there's so many coaches out there that really care, and they really put in a lot of effort. We've just reduced everything these days. We're so good at reducing things to this.
But it's okay to make it fun, too.
Yeah, it's okay to make it fun.
I mean, what's the point? You can't make children just work, and that's
just,
all
yeah,
it is.
It's like the military.
If you're having fun and with a walk-up song, then you're not doing it the right way anymore.
It really bummed me out, man. It really did. And I know so many kids. I can rattle off probably 20 names of kids that just want to get better, but they also have a cool bat. They also have a cool uniform. I would have killed for the uniform my son gets to wear on his select team. I would have murdered somebody. You should have seen the turds that we had. It's better. There's more development. There's more. There's so many more tools that these kids can have now that we didn't have.
YouTube.
I got some of the worst advice of my life coming up in Little League. No, you want to chop down on it. I'm telling you, man.
You should be hitting the ball on the ground and legging it out.
It's just insane.
It's not good advice.
It's just, it really, really bums me out. And like, I just don't like reducing children just because do you know how cool it would have been when I was a kid to have a walkout song? I never had one. Never. I think that would be the coolest thing on the planet.
It would have played over this janky
speaker. And it's just
field in 1984.
It bums me out, man, because again, we just we're getting so good at reducing kids. We're talking about children here. And are there bad actors that are parents? Yeah. Were there in the 70s, 80s, and 90s? Yes. Yes, there were.
Buttermaker wasn't a saint.
But we didn't have podcasts to just piss on everything that we didn't like and what's wrong with everything. We didn't have those back then. So I don't know, man. I think that kids right now are so fun to watch. They are so into it. You know, they can be so into it, and it just pisses me off. I was really pissed when I saw this, and it's just so easy to reduce children to being all flash and not substance when there's so many kids that have so much substance.
Lots of response to you there, Woods, in our chat. All right, we got to take a time out. Would anyone like to take on a fired up Woods right now in our musical trivia challenge and try to qualify for our trip to Las Vegas and Jerry Seinfeld tickets? Take on Woods. Up next, 833-288-0973. We'll get a contestant online right now. 833-288-0973. That is coming up next after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan. First, though, SDFatLoss.com was the way I lost 40 pounds in 60 days, but it wasn't just me. Chris Ello, Matt Scraby lost 77 pounds combined. Tony Gwynn Jr.'s done the program. He's looking great. I don't know exactly how much weight he's lost, but he's slimmed out. John down the hall lost 30 pounds, and it's really the tier ones that I love hearing about. Many stories from 30, 40, 50, even 93 pounds from Manny. I met him in studio one day, did the program went through it twice to lose even more, 93 pounds total. You can do it up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days by following the sdfatloss.com plan. There's no injections or exercise necessary. It's just eating real foods that you're buying yourself. You're not buying anything from them. Makes a difference to me. You're not counting calories or points. You're just eating the right portions, the right foods at the right times, and losing weight fast. And when you get your free consultation now at sdfatloss.com, take advantage of their fall special before October 31st. Get $200 off, and then you'll be done with the program before the new year starts. No resolutions for you coming up in 2026. You'll already be the weight that you want to be. Thanks to sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got a Padres Smörgåsbord coming up, looking at A.J. Preller and his decade-plus tenure with the Padres as the team works on a contract extension for the president of baseball operations. Before that, though, Woods, how you feeling? Ready for one last game before you go on your trip? All right, let's play.
Let's do it.
Take on Woods. Take on Woods, brought to you by Bay Alarm. Fire security alarms for every business. We got you. I mixed that up. It's usually security and fire. I don't think they care. We got Daniel as our contestant today. Good morning, Daniel. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good, Daniel. All right, you know how the game works. 60 seconds, 5 questions of musical trivia. You go first. Woods, who is outside the studio now, can't hear what we're saying, goes second. You beat or tie him. We'll put you into our grand prize monthly drawing for the trip to see Jerry Seinfeld in Las Vegas. 2 tickets to his show on April 17th at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace. A 2-night stay at the Flamingo Hotel and Casino and a $100 gas card. Jerry Seinfeld returning to the Coliseum on the 17th and 18th of April. You can get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
What's the deal with all this music trivia?
Here it comes. Here are your categories to choose from. We've got another Take on Woods category. 5 song titles that include the word another. Holding Out, all 2-second songs, including the word hold. And our new category, Do the Do. 5 song titles that begin with the word do, D-O. So another Take on Woods category, Holding Out or Do the Do. Daniel, what would you like?
Let's do the 2-second songs.
All right, Holding Out. All 2-second songs. Paulie will open up his file. They all include the word hold in their title. You need to give me the song title and the artist of each of them to score the point. As many as 5 possible. Pass if you don't know one. We'll come back to it if there's still time left on the clock. Paulie, you got it? All right, he's good to go. All right, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Daniel, the category is Holding Out. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles.
Correct. Song number 2. Song number 3.
Hold the Line by Toto.
That is correct. Song number 4. Song number 5.
Shoot, pass.
All right, song number 2. Song number 4.
Quickly.
Oh, my gosh. Hold.
On Loosely by 38 Special. The last one was Hold Me Now by the Thompson Twins, and the other one was Hold Me by Fleetwood Mac. You got the other two, the Beatles and Toto, Hold the Line. I like these songs. This is a good group. We'll see how Woods does, too. It's a tough category for sure. Hang on the line there, Daniel. Woods does not get the benefit of the category. He does get to know, though, that they are all 2-second songs today. 60 seconds on the clock. Woods, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Daniel.
Twist and Shout by the Beatles.
Incorrect. Song number 2.
Oh, man. Hold Me Now by Thompson Twins.
Correct. Song number 3.
Hold the Line by Toto.
Correct. Song number 4.
Hold On Loosely by 38 Special.
Correct. Song number 5.
Is it Styx?
That sounds Styx-ish, doesn't it?
Hold My Taint by
Styx.
Styx.
But you did sneak out a 3-2 win in Holding Out.
The first one was
I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles.
What did I say? Twist and Shout?
Twist and Shout. Yeah, the right band. And that was Hold Me by Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, got it. Never liked that song.
Yeah. It's not their best.
No.
I do like Hold On Loosely, Hold the Line, and Hold Me Now, though.
Hold Me Now is fantastic.
I love that one, too.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel, thank you for playing. No qualifier today. I believe with
I thought it was
Woods
Hold On Loose Lips when I was a kid.
Hold On Loose Lips?
Yeah.
They were just
Hold on, loose
so
lips.
talkative.
Yeah, just chatty.
couldn't keep a secret.
Can't let him go.
Hold on, loose lips.
Hold on, loose lips. You'll never hear it the same, by the way. It will always be hold on, loose lips.
Don't let go. Don't let go.
Yeah.
Hold
on to your loose.
If you don't want to let go, you should hold on tightly. But if you're holding on loosely, you might accidentally let go.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, when we come back, Padres Smörgåsbord looking at AJ Preller as they work on a contract extension for the Padres president of baseball operations. That's coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
You will hop on the 8, I believe, and head eastward in a couple of hours. In about 70 miles, you'll see one of those casinos right off the roadway.
Yeah, about 70 miles from here. It's exactly right.
And I always wonder who is coming out here when, if you're a card player, you can drive 7 miles from downtown and be playing in the best card room in San Diego at 7 Mile Casino.
I'm definitely not going to stop. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's not in the plans to stop at one of the 70-mile casinos today. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, the convenience is one of the reasons we love 7 Mile Casino. Also love that there's no slot machines in there and nobody blowing Camel Unfiltered in my face as I'm trying to play California-style blackjack. They got great food, friendly dealers, great view off the back patio. It's great.
They don't have a truck stop, so I mean, if you're looking for a place to park your semi, then maybe 70 miles better for you. But
grab
otherwise,
a quick shower.
Otherwise, I think you'd be making a mistake to go anywhere else. It's great. It's the patio. It's got a beautiful view. It's in San Diego, right on the bay, looking out toward Coronado. Just absolutely gorgeous. The best table games. They treat their high-limit players well. You get a discount, 35% off food when you're at the tables from Sammy's while you're playing. No reason not to go. Check it out today. It's 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Adam's here, and he's promising to get Woods hooked up with a printer here at Odyssey, which is fantastic.
When he left, I was going to ask him. I wonder if they were gonna, if I was going to ask him if there was like some internal discussion, like do not give him print access. He can't have it. He can't handle it. I probably would.
Somebody's like, I've worked with Woods before. You don't want him having access to
I
your
don't
printer.
see you abusing the printer privileges.
No, I don't think so.
Because it's kind of a pain in the butt to print things out. So
It
you're not
is.
going to be printing a lot of stuff out. Now, I don't want you or me actually like touching the printer, like trying to reload the paper or anything.
I actually reload the paper here quite a bit.
You do?
Yeah, for Paulie, because I like the printed rundown.
Yeah.
And so he'll be like things out of paper.
And you can do that?
Yeah,
Well,
of
you're
course.
practically a printer technician. Then.
So but the paper they keep over by the other printer, reams of it. No one brings any to stash here. So when you need paper,
Whenever I do have to
here-
refill this printer, I always bring like 4 stacks.
yeah, bring
of
4
paper.
stacks over. But somebody runs through the paper here like crazy, and then obviously it's not me. But they go nuts.
We used to print every single
story.
script that we read at Channel 10. Each show, we'd have like a thick booklet of the scripts. But now we just bring our laptops to the set, and I can read it off the screen.
Yeah.
Saves, good for the environment.
Paul used to print stories, I think, for us, in back in the 1090 days. That's how I was brought up in this business. You'd print out all the stories you wanted to get to. Yeah, highlight them, all that. And now
we just use a Google Doc.
Yeah.
I hyperlink, stories.
Yeah, or I just make it up off the top of my head.
Yeah, we just make it up. That
Just
works
make
too.
stuff up.
Dominic says Scraby has to print everything for Ella.
Does he? I
Yeah,
can see
he's
that.
very analog. He writes all of his notes by hand in the tiniest, the tiniest handwriting. I used to work with Chris. You need a magnifying glass to read Chris's handwriting. And and you'll see it when watching the show on YouTube. His head is usually, you see the top of his head because he's looking straight down at his notes. That's the same camera here that I'm on. but because he's always looking down at the paper, you're always looking right there at the top of his forehead.
I remember occasionally having like a college class. They'd say you get 1-page notes.
Yeah, you just write real tiny.
Whatever that word means to you, you get 1 page of notes, and we would be in the library like size 2 font and just customizing all the settings so that you can get every single word in there. And like you pretty much had to bring a magnifying glass. To the point where you're like, it took me 3 minutes to try to find my note on this answer, and I probably got it wrong anyways.
I find it fascinating that people take notes for this job. I really do. It fascinates me. I've tried.
You're very prepared every day.
Yeah, but it's memory. It's not. I can't write stuff down. I can't journal. I've tried to like type out notes. It's not for me.
I think the act of writing it down once helps me remember it later. I don't always have to refer back to it, but just knowing that I've kind of thought about it, typed it out, and go, okay, yeah, I kind of remember doing that. I still forget sometimes, but it's there if I need it. In fact, I've got some notes in front of me about AJ Preller's tenure as general manager. We're going to talk about that in the Padres Smörgåsbord right after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Toyota of Poway, voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today. Still a lot going on here, guys. You know I got to lead with the situation on eastbound 8. Stay and find lanes blocked between Fairmont and College for investigation of that fatal collision that happened last night around 10:30. Traffic is still being diverted off at both south and northbound 15. Also in the National City area, northbound 5 near Civic Center, collision involving a couple vehicles. That's over to the right shoulder. Looks like that accident has cleared near the Coronado Bridge, so speeds are improving there. Southbound side of the 163 just before University. Watch out for stalled transit bus. Can't miss it. It's in middle lanes. And reports of collision on southbound 67 right around Bradley. It's mostly in the center divide. Toyota of Poway has been voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today with APRs as low as 0% and tons of new Toyotas on the ground. No tricks, only treats during the Trucktober sales event happening now only at Toyota of Poway or online at toyotaofpoway.com in the heart of San Diego. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Padres Smörgåsbord.
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Call it something else.
Well, yesterday we heard from Padres CEO Eric Rupner, who said that John Seidler has begun contract talks with AJ Preller about an extension that will keep him in the Padres organization beyond 2026, assuming, he gets a standard 3, could even get a 4 or 5 year deal. We're looking at 15 plus years of AJ Preller as the head of baseball operations for the San Diego Padres. And I thought on today's Smorgasbord, it might be a good time to really look back at AJ's tenure. And as I started this exercise yesterday, I became more impressed with what AJ has done in the last 4 years and more stunned that he actually made it to the last 4 years.
Yeah.
After the first 5 to 6 years of his general managerial tenure in San Diego. Of course, it started way back 2014 when he was hired to replace Josh Burns. Late 2014, the first offseason, Rockstar GM was born as he made that slew of trades, including acquiring Matt Kemp, Will Myers, Craig Kimbrell right before opening day, Melvin/BJ Upton traded away, among others. Trey Turner, Yasmani Grandal was also sent off to the Dodgers in the Matt Kemp deal. Gave up Cameron Maben, Carlos Quentin, Matt Whistler, if you'll remember him, some of the names in that first offseason, which did not result in a winning team. Bud Black was fired in June of that year, and the Padres then moved on to the Andy Green era and the rebuild, which took, 4 seasons of rebuilding. Now, he did quickly build up the Padres farm system to be the #1 ranked in baseball. Fernando Tatis Jr., Mackenzie Gore, Cal Quantrill, Adrian Morejon with the international signings that he did. But the big league club didn't do much those 3 years.
No, not at all.
Nothing yet even memorable, really, from 2016, 2017, and 2018.
It was a really frustrating time. As I remember, it was a frustrating time for Padres fans. And you kept waiting for the fruits of the labor, so to speak, and guys would get called up. and not perform, and then you would see it, man. I just vividly remember. I've been an active member of Padres Twitter, Ben, since I moved here in 2010 because I love baseball. And you would see it like, what's wrong with our development? And, we're getting these guys up, and I thought these guys were supposed to be great, and they weren't. The Luis Uriases of the world, and, Austin Hedges couldn't hit a lick. And it was a really frustrating time. And I know the last few years have had their moments of frustration. I certainly enjoy watching this team more than I did that team. Oh, so much more.
2016 also included the 30-game suspension for AJ for failure to disclose medical information involving the Drew Pomeranz deal. It came out something like they forgot to put some Advil he took on his medical charts, but that got him suspended. So there was plenty of controversy, plenty of black marks on the record the first few years, but the farm system was good. Things started shifting with the Eric Hosmer signer in 2018. Didn't affect the team much that year. But then Manny Machado was signed 1 year later. Andy Green was fired. Jace Tingler was hired. 2019 didn't go great. 2020 is when things started to change. And the Padres had the great pandemic short season. But the trade deadline at 2020 was also one that you look back and go, that didn't work out very well. Acquiring Mike Clevenger, who was never healthy. Austin Nola, who, was not what they wanted him to be. Trevor Rosenthal was really the best acquisition as a bullpen arm, but they gave up Josh Naylor, Cal Quantrill, Joey Cantillo, Andres Munoz, Taylor Trammell.
That's huge.
All guys that ended up in the big league, some, including like Andres Munoz, who were still big time. Josh Naylor, still big time performers. So, looking back, that is not the best necessarily moment for AJ Preller as GM either.
And I think when you get the taste of the playoffs, right, and you get the taste of a little bit of success, I think he did what we all would have done. You start to chase it, right? And you really, really start to chase it. And you look at your farm system and you go, these are tradable assets. And when it rolls around and it's time to make a move to go out and try to win a World Series, I mean, this is what he does. At the trade deadline, it's like it's must-see TV every single year.
But despite all that, got a contract extension in February of 2021, the current deal, by the way, that runs through 2026. Since then, clearly things have been much, much better for the Padres. The acquisitions, still big moves like the Juan Soto trade, and you can debate that, and we will debate that forever, but both Juan Soto trades, I think getting the best that he possibly could kind of on both sides of the deal. The other moves that he's made on the fringes that have improved and turned the Padres into a perennial contender, an exciting team that continues to win and has put up, winning seasons year after year now, making the playoffs for the past 6 years. I mean, clearly AJ Preller grew into the job and got better and better as he went on. Is there more room for improvement? I think there still is for AJ Preller.
I don't think he's going to be satisfied until he wins a World Series, and that's one thing that you can always credit AJ. And I remember talking to Ron Fowler years ago and saying to Ron, I don't get it. It's not working, and he steadfastly stood by AJ Preller and was like, you don't understand. And I remember going, man, if not now, when's the better time for a new voice? I was kind of anti AJ, but over the years I've grown to really appreciate the work that he does, and have changed kind of my perspective on him. Somebody did this on Reddit. I think we're gonna run out of time.
You can do it. No, you can do it. I
Okay.
like having you work against the clock here.
Okay. Chili's is good for me on Reddit. It's in my attempt to create a complete list of all the players and prospects AJ Preller's traded away to assemble the past decade's worth of Padres team. So this is since 2020. Ready?
Just keep going until the music runs out.
Otto Renfro, Xavier Edwards, Austin Allen, Luis Urias, Eric Lauer, Ty France, Taylor Trammell, Andres Munoz, Luis Torrens, Hudson Potts, Jessian Rosario, Brad Hand, Adam Simber, Andrew Kashner, Colin Ray, Tehran Guerrero, Yanhervis Solarte, Gerardo Reyes, Fernando Rodney, Josh Naylor, Austin Hedges, Cal Quantrill, Gabriel Arias, Joey Cantillo, Owen Miller, Manuel Margot, Logan Driscoll, Franchi Cordero, Ronald Bolaños, Trevor Cahill, Brandon Moore, Ryan Buchter, Zach Davies, Reginald Preciado, Owen Casey, Ismael Mania, Yason Santana, Tucapita Marcano, Michelle Milano, Jack Sawinski, Anderson Espinoza, Hudson Head, David Bednar, Drake Fellows, Omar Cruz, Joey Lucchese, Luis Patino, Blake Hunt, Cole Wilcox, Francisco Mejia, Luke Voigt, CJ Abrams, Mackenzie Gore, Robert Ashel III, James Wood, Yarlin Susana, Justin Lang, Victor Acosta, River Ryan, Chris Paddock, Emilio Pagan, Rubiel Angeles, Adrian Martinez, Taylor Rogers.
Born and raised in San Diego.
Halfway done. Nelson Lamette, Robert Gasser, Estuary Ruiz, Ryan Weathers, Jackson Wolf, Estuar Suero, Alfonso Rivas, Henry Williams, Jesus Rios, Woosuck Go, Dylan Head, Jacob Marcy, Nathan Mortarella, Juan Soto, Trent Grisham, Enyo De Los Santos, Thomas Balboni Jr., Drew Thorpe, Samuel Zavala, Jairo Iriarte, Stephen Wilson, Ronaldo Jimenez, Scott Barlow, Dylan Lesko, Homer Bush Jr., J.D. Gonzalez, Robbie Snelling, Adam Major, Graham Pauly, Jay Bashirs, Leo Dallas DeVries, Braden Nett, Henry Baez, Eduardo Nunez, Ryan Bergert, Stephen Kolick, Boston Bateman, Brandon Butterworth, Cobb Hightower, Victor Figueroa, Tyson Neighbors, Tanner Smith, Brandon Valenzuela, Brandon Lockridge.
Woo! That was just 2020s.
Wow.
Those are all people.
Whoa.
Those are all actual people traded by AJ Preller in the last 5 years.
You know, we talk about it often.
Man.
The craziest stat in sports to me is always the amount of people who have ever put on a big league uniform. It's like 18,000, 21,000, whatever it is. And if you put everybody that ever played the game all the way back to the 1800s, it would fill up half of Petco Park.
And AJ Preller has traded 3/4 of them.
Yes. Good God.
This is unbelievable.
That was ridiculous.
This guy's a G. Whoever did this, again, on Reddit, I'll give him a lot of credit. Chili's is good for me. That was his attempt. He had a couple of qualifiers in there, but that's a lot of bodies. That's a lot of bodies, man. That's a lot of bodies. I don't even know how many bodies that is.
There are a lot of GMs that would be afraid to make that many moves, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's easier not to make moves than it is to make moves. Just as you can imagine in any job, it's easier to do nothing than it is to do your job and work really hard. And I don't think anyone has any doubt that AJ Preller works really, really hard.
No.
At his job.
That's
and
crazy.
He is single-minded in his focus of trying to bring a championship to San Diego.
For sure.
Hasn't done it yet. Certainly has come up short, and we went through it. A lot of mistakes over the years. A lot of mistakes that AJ Preller has made. But I don't...
Bonnie Blue numbers, somebody said.
Wow. Would you rather be prospect number 1 or prospect 1,000?
It'd be number 1.
Don't tell Preller those are real people. He knows them all.
Oh, yeah.
They're not just names and stat sheets to him. He's scouted them probably all personally, traveled thousands and thousands of miles to watch them. Some of them as early as, 13 years old, 14 years old, before they signed as 16-year-olds in the international. He knows all of their families. He knows, their agents. He knows them all very well. And then he still trades them because that's his job to do so.
It's jarring to see it on paper. It really is jarring to see just the amount of churn for players. It's amazing. Guy.
One more time, if you missed it.
Renfro, Xavier Edwards, Austin Allen, Luis Urias, Eric Lauer, Ty France, Taylor Trammell, Andres Munoz, Luis Torrens, Hudson Potts, Jesse Rosario, Brad Hand, Adam Simber, Andrew Cashner, Colin Ray, Tayron Guerrero, Gerardo Solarte, Gerardo Reyes, Fernando Rodney, Josh Naylor, Austin Hedges, Cal Quantrill, Gabriel Arias, Joey Cantillo, Owen Miller, Manuel Margot, Logan Driscoll, French Cordero, Ronald Bolaños, Trevor Cahill, Brandon Moore, Ryan Buchter, Zach Davies, Reginald Preciado, Owen Casey, Ismael Mania, Jason Santana, Peter Marcano, Michelle Milano, Jackson Winsky, Anderson Espinoza, Hudson Head, David Bednar, Drake Fellows, Omar Cruz, Joey Lucchese, Luis Coutinho, Blake Hunt, Cole Wilcox, Francisco Mejia, Luke Voigt, C. Davis, Kinsey Gore, Robert Aswell, James Wood, Garland Susana, Justin Lang, Victor Acosta, River Ryan, Chris Paddock, Emilio Bernard, Rubio Angeles, Adrian Martinez, Taylor Rogers, Nelson Lamette, Robert Gasser, Estuary Ruiz, Ryan Weathers, Jackson Wolf, Estuar Suero, Alfonso Rivas, Henry Williams, Jesus Rios, Woosuck Go, Dylan Head, Jacob Marcy, Nathan Mortarella, Juan Soto, Trent Grisham, Enyo De Los Santos, Thomas Balboni Jr., Drew Thorpe, Samuel Zavala, Jairo Iriarte, Stephen Wilson, Ronaldo Jimenez, Scott Barlow, Dylan Lesko, Homer Bush Jr., J.D. Gonzalez, Robbie Snelling, Adam Major, Graham Pauly, Jay Bashirs, Leo Dallas DeVries, Braden Nett, Henry Baez, Eduardo Nunez, Ryan Bergert, Stephen Kolick, Boston Bateman, Brandon Butterworth, Cobb Hightower, Victor Figueroa, Tyson Neighbors, Tanner Smith, Brandon Valenzuela, Brandon Lockridge.
Wow. Not even a comprehensive list.
Hunter Renfro, Xavier Edwards, Austin Allen, Luis Urias, Eric Lauer, Ty France, Taylor Trammell, Andres Munoz, Luis Torrens, Hudson Potts, Jesse Rosario, Brad Hand, Adam Simber, Andrew Cashner, Colin Ray. We didn't start the fire. It's unbelievable. I mean, look, I had to rip through those. I'm sure I butchered a few of them, so don't hold me accountable for that. But that's staggering. Staggering. And you know what? The funny thing is, come July next year, I hope he does it again. I hope he does it again.
If he gets this contract extension and is here for another 5 years, double that list.
Double
in
it.
the next 5 years.
Double it. Double it.
Oh, he's a
More.
good man. All right, let's get to some headlines that we missed. It is time for the Reindl Report.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a oh yeah?
All right.
All right. It is the Reindl Report. It is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires.
Do you guys think if we played real or fake with AJ Preller and Ben would throw out names
Like with AJ.
with AJ sitting here or at spring training? All right, let's play a little game of real or fake. I'll list a name and you tell me if
I
you've
bet he
traded
knows
him or not.
Every
He'd
single
get
player on that list.
he would 100% get it
I
right.
bet he'd get 100%. I really do.
Let's try.
I know there are GMs, you remember Moneyball. You don't even know who that is.
Yeah, you don't know that. I like him.
I don't get the sense
I
that
don't
there's
either.
anybody in AJ's system that he doesn't know exactly who that person is.
I like so-and-so. No, you
don't.
don't.
You
You
don't
don't even know who that
he
is.
I like that guy.
All right, let's get started here. I think earlier in the show, it was a very throwaway comment. Ben mentioned that the NBA does start tonight, and I saw a headline yesterday involving an NBA player, but not about basketball. It's about San Diego Wave FC. They announced yesterday that Jimmy Butler, the 6-time NBA All-Star, has joined the group as a minority investor in the team. I've seen him at a few different Wave games over the years.
He's pretty regular out there. He lives in Poway.
Yep. He's a local, and he wanted to get involved with ownership following Manny Machado, San Diego FC. So now Jimmy Butler is a part of ownership group. He said, soccer has been a passion of mine for a long time, and being part of the game in a meaningful way has always been a dream. San Diego has become a city close to my heart, and I'm proud to invest in a club that is pushing boundaries, building something lasting, and setting a new standard for what women's sports can be both on and off the pitch.
Pretty awesome, man. It's always nice. It always makes you feel good when you have like a, celebrity investor in your.
Alex Morgan's also an investor now in SDF or in the Wave. I wonder if we asked if the Wave would make Jimmy Butler available to the show. I think he's a very interesting.
I do too. He's
very interesting guy.
A country
I
singer,
love
dude. He's
Jimmy
amazing.
Butler.
He's such a trip.
Didn't
I would love
wasn't
to
he
talk
the
to
one
him.
who started the coffee company in the pandemic bubble too? Was that
Yeah,
him?
I think that was. Yeah, he was selling coffee out of his hotel room.
Yeah, selling it
at the Disney complex.
Yeah, at the bubble, right?
In the bubble.
It's incredible.
$40.
I completely forgot about that.
Coffee for other NBA players here,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be
He's
cheap.
posted videos around San Diego. Like I think he lives here during the summer, during the off season, and he would post videos of like the most like mom and pop shop restaurants, and he's like, "You guys don't even know this is the best like
So
Jamaican
good.
food I've ever had." He seems to be all in on San Diego,
He's
and
a
now he's
country singer too. Like he like writes
That I did
country.
not know.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
he's a tier 1. Or
Maybe.
he thinks we don't talk enough basketball for him.
Maybe.
Possibly.
maybe he hates Woods.
Maybe he hates talking basketball. Nobody wants to talk shop.
That's true.
He probably loves this show.
Sure, if we talk more Wave, he'd probably
Yeah,
listen more.
100%.
Definitely a Wave fan.
I thought that was cool. Another not basketball, but involving a basketball player story. LeBron James posted a picture on his Instagram account last night. Very innocuous, just not him eating dinner, but just what he was eating for dinner. And it looks like a nice little meal there. He's got the personal sized pizza that like covers up the plate. He's got a glass of wine. He's got the red pepper shaker there and a glass of water.
With
He's
a
ready
straw
to
in
enjoy.
his water.
He does have a straw in the
Yeah.
water. And he also has a fork on the plate. And apparently him posting that picture on his Instagram story last night had the internet in uproar.
Why?
About eating pizza with a fork.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like people were like
There's
you
a lot of
shouldn't-
arugula on the.
I thought you were going to say people were mad at him for eating a pizza. Like you need to be in.
I
You
think
need to get. You're already injured.
It looks like a fairly healthy pizza. There's a big mound of arugula,
never
which
seen-
I don't hate arugula on a pizza.
I love it.
I don't.
Love it.
I actually do like arugula on a pizza.
Vile weed. I've never seen so
It's
much
not stale.
salad. I've never seen so much salad.
Arugula is actually good.
Pizza and salad's like the combination.
Yeah, you
though.
don't
So you
pour
might
it
as
on
well
top
put
of
it
it.
all
You
together.
got to dress it a little bit, but it's a really good combo. Honestly, it is, and it's okay, especially with the arugula. I think eating with a fork is just fine. Now, if it's just a slice of cheese pizza, and you're that fastidious that you need to fork and knife the whole thing, that's a little bit much. But if you're eating a gourmet pizza that has a mound of salad on it, it's going to flop and fall off if you try to pick it up.
No, if it's easier for you to use
fine.
a fork,
Yeah,
use a fork.
that's fine.
I've definitely done it, but it was is always not because I didn't want to get my hands dirty or anything. It was like because it was too hot. Does that make sense? Instead of biting
You have
in,
no patience.
I've cut it, and then you get like halfway through it, then you pick up the crust and eat it with the crust.
The molten cheese with the sauce is even hotter.
It's
than
even
the
hotter.
cheese.
Yeah. So I've done it. I don't do it regularly. But yeah.
Caitlin says arugula is disgusting.
I agree with you, Caitlin.
I've
I
learned
disagree.
to really enjoy arugula.
I don't like it.
The tart vinaigrette,
weird taste to
maybe
it.
some blue cheese crumbles or feta cheese, very good.
It's enough. Gets him excited when he starts talking about food.
Arugula. I like
Arugula.
saying arugula too. Arugula.
All right, move on.
A lot of time saying arugula. Finally, just a goofy story here to wrap it up. You know the band Slipknot? They've been around for a long time. I don't even know what genre do they fall under?
Metal.
Metal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Metal.
Slipknot, they've been around for quite a while, but did you know that they have never actually owned the domain name slipknot.com? In fact, they have actually used slipknot1.com as their official band's website for at least 20 plus years, because back in 2001 they tried to purchase the rights for www.slipknot.com, and they found that an anonymous squatter had already grabbed that. Like, he must know the band, and he's like, hey, they don't have the website yet, I'm gonna get in here.
Then they can buy it from me.
People do it with like social media handles and all of that. So he went in there and got that, and they have been trying to get it either taken down or buy the rights for, I mean, at least 24 years. And they have just now decided that they are going to finally do something about it. And they have filed a lawsuit under the Anti-Cyber Squatting Consumer Protection Act, because this guy, not only is he using their band's name and everything, his website it's like a pay per click setup where the links are to bootleg merchandise for Slipknot.
All right. That's where you get in trouble.
Because you imagine anybody going to slipknot.com is interested in Slipknot. So here's a link to bootleg merch.
Yeah, I mean, if it was like a website that taught you how to crochet, like do slip knots,
Right,
okay, fine, slipknot.com. But if he's selling bootleg merch and pretending to be them,
I just went. You can click on costume masks.
Oh, you're part of the problem right now.
Image generative.
You're giving this guy money.
AI or print on demand merch.
So they are suing him. They're using, like I said, the Anti-Cyber Squatting Consumer Protection Act. They're also alleging trademark infringement and unfair competition. So they are asking for the rights to www.slipknot.com, as well as an unspecified amount of financial damages.
Yeah, I think it's already dead. It's these links don't go to, I don't know what they go to, but they don't go to like, oh, here's buy this Slipknot t-shirt for $10 or whatever. That bootleg merch outside of a concert, something. I've bought a shirt before outside of the show and then realized that's kind of a jerk move. Buy it inside.
I have a lot of thoughts on concert merch.
I do too.
I think the system that is currently in place, that's been in place forever, is horrible, terribly outdated. You should not have to miss, I don't know, an hour plus of the show just to wait in line and get a shirt. I swear to God, it cannot be this hard in 2025, especially. Like, you buy your ticket to the show, whether you get it on Vivid or, StubHub, anyway, you have your ticket. How is there not a way to, like, maybe you open up a part of your online store that's only tour merch?
Yeah, for that.
Even like city-specific tour merch. Yeah. And you log in, you've got your ticket stub. Why not be able to buy the shirt that way?
Because I always buy shirts and then I end up having to tuck it into my belt and walk around with it all night. And I'd rather not do that.
Like, concert merch is very valuable. Sure. It's sought after. Like, you can get like vintage concert t-shirts, like actual merch table t-shirts are going for a ton of money, like on eBay and stuff.
For sure.
Why do you have to sacrifice a
stand
good
in
portion
line
of the show waiting in line?
I didn't even get my kids or me a Oasis Rose Bowl shirt because the lines were so long. And I was like, all right, well, my hand was like, they don't need anything else. I'm like, all right, fine. So we left, and I didn't even get one to commemorate our trip there as a family, which was kind of a bummer. But yeah, there's got to be a better way.
There has to be.
Gotta
I mean,
be a better
I went
way.
and saw
Band
Foo
still makes money. You know, everybody gets what they need.
I saw Foo Fighters for the first time last summer. The Foo Fighters. And I already knew ahead of time I didn't want to wait in line for an hour or so. But they had generic tour shirts for that tour on their website that you could buy, which I did, and it was cool. But like, you know, I know Taylor Swift does a lot of like city specific stuff. Like, why can't you just go online and buy that from their own merch store?
Let me buy it online.
So this story brought
What's
up.
the last band shirt you bought?
I've never bought a band shirt. When I've gone to a concert, I'm the person that's telling my wife, "We don't need to go get a shirt. You already have shirts from this band. You need another one from this band. You already have this. You already have this band shirt. Well, but not from this concert.
Yeah, it's not from that tour.
I would buy a shirt from every concert.
From every single concert you go to.
The answer is yes.
I would if it was easier.
Yeah, I would too.
It just seems like a lot of shirts, honestly. That brought up the question, though. What happens when you go to www.benandwoods.com? Because none of us knew the answer this morning.
Correct.
Which was weird, considering we've been a show for more than 7 years. And none of us thought about this. So I went, and to my surprise, it redirects to odyssey.com /973thefansd.com / the Ben and Woods page. And it goes to our bio at Odyssey. So someone at Odyssey had the foresight of getting the rights to the benandwoods.com domain and just linking it to our show page on their site. Good for Odyssey.
So they bought our...
Apparently, someone
benandwoods.com takes you right
from who? Yeah. They didn't buy it from us.
They bought it from whoever owns .com,
GoDaddy or whatever.
Exactly. It licenses web domains.
WinandChris.com. Oh, site can't be reached.
Now here's the other thing. Why are we 973thefansd.com? Why can't we just be 973thefan.com?
Is there another?
No, there's no. I checked it. There's
free. No other 973thefan.com.
Maybe that's how they do it, because there's different fans.
That's what I meant. But no one.
Is there another 97.3
the fan? Yeah,
somewhere else. There's 93.7 the fan.
Yeah,
I know.
Not anymore. I think they
go away.
Flipped.
Yeah, there are other fans in the Odyssey fan family.
Yes,
but so we have the SD on ours.
So if we left.
They have our
we would have to make our own website, benandwoods1.com.
benandwoods69.com. Somebody just bought that, by the way.
Damn it.
You're gonna buy up all
that was our TikTok handle when we made a TikTok a few years back. It's benandwoods69 on TikTok. And the first 68, it would shock you, Ben. All 68 were taken.
Crazy.
I know.
You had to do it.
Yeah.
So we don't own our own IP. That's good to know.
Seems like
going into a contract here.
Yeah.
It's good to know. Thanks for giving us the heads up, guys.
Speaking of the fan on the website, the biggest fan contest returns on Monday, November 3rd. Our grand prize, a night in the Odyssey Suite with 20 tickets for you and your friends to watch a future Padres game. We may even throw in the Ben and Woods address if you want at benandwoods.com.
No, it's already owned.
Yeah. Register your name at 973thefansd.com /biggest fan and listen when we announce names each day at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5:30 p.m. for your chance to qualify starting next month.
What if we find out that Adam's selling bootleg merch from benandwoods.com? Why is everyone saying 6'7"?
Oh, I don't think we have enough time to start that conversation.
Do we not?
Right now?
I was meaning to ask my kids about it.
My kids say it all the time. What is it?
It's.
Are they juggling their?
No, it's not. It doesn't mean anything at all. It's just to creep out parents to make them think that they're speaking in some sort of secret code.
The fact that it means nothing means everything.
6'7", like my whole life is now 6'7" and skibbity toilet. My whole
recent
life.
South Park episode was all about 6'7", and I go, I don't understand this. What is this about?
If you don't get it, then there's no way I'm going to get it. What is it about?
But I've seen like NFL or a college football broadcaster was like, that's about 6'7". Points to the camera, yards.
What is it?
Like a height of college basketball players?
Carlos said
6'7".
It's from TikTok. It means nothing.
It means nothing.
I know teachers are like disciplining students.
For what?
For not stopping saying 6'7". Or that's all they do now.
Somebody said Tony Gwynn Jr. dropped a 6'7" on air yesterday. What is happening? What does it mean? Don't tell me there's nothing to it, because there has to be a reason for it. Nobody just says stuff.
Every generation wants to have their own lingo. Woods.
You said skibbity. That's not a word. That's not
true.
a thing. You can absolutely just say stuff.
I guess you can.
Yeah.
It's a rap. Is it a rap song?
I don't know.
Was it a rap
I
song?
could probably think of 6 or 7 different examples here.
Not everything has a reason, they're saying. Okay. That's all they say. My kids. All of them. Just dancing around that 6, 7. All the baseball players, everyone. 6, 7. I'm like, I'm going to kill all of you.
All right, we got to take a timeout. Check traffic. When we come back,
6 or 7
a
minutes.
moment in the game 7 last night of the ALCS. That
Game
had
7. Game 7.
Game 6-7.
I would say this from a song, like references LaMelo Ball, who I believe is 6'7".
Okay.
Oh, see, it is a height of basketball.
Look how excited
player.
he just
now.
got.
I'm all in.
I don't know what the hand
I'm all
part of
in.
it is. I don't know what they're doing there.
Something untoward.
One moment we didn't talk about from last night's game. We'll get to that coming up next with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, SDFatLoss.com is a great way to lose weight quickly and safely.
6 or 7 pounds at least.
Way more than that.
67.
You could lose 67 pounds. You absolutely could. 10 to 20% of your body weight. Do the math. What do you weigh right now? 200 pounds, 10 to 20%. That's 20 to 40 pounds lost in just 60 days, 2 months. It's like nothing. You get into the program. Your counselor will tell you how it works. You start kind of getting adjusted after a few days. I picked a lot of foods that I like because you're eating your own foods. Chicken, I ate steak, fish, some ahi tuna. It was good. I got through it. I lost a ton of weight, 40 pounds in 60 days. But most importantly, I've kept the weight off for more than 2 years because it's a sustainable program. You're not relying on the injections. You stop the injections, weight comes back on. It does. If you are taking shakes or bars and you stop eating those, you go back to real food, the weight comes back on. Your body can't handle it. But this, hey, it's a sustainable program for weight loss success, and you can do by going to sdfatloss.com. Get your free consultation. They'll explain how it works. You can join so many tier 1s that have lost thousands of pounds throughout San Diego just by following their doctor-developed metabolism-changing strategies. You are next. sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
You're not done yet. No, sir.
I'm down the 8
You're
already
checked
in
out.
my mind.
I know. I have that feeling too. I'll have that feeling tomorrow.
Yeah, you will.
Paulie and I will be here. Woodsy will be in Arizona for his baseball tournament. And then Thursday and Friday, we've got some Best of Ben and Woods for the first 2 hours and some Sam Levitt.
Yeah, buddy.
For the last 2 hours of the program.
I like the combo of the Best of and Sammy Levitt.
Sam needs some work. Yesterday, he was posting his crock pot meals.
I'm telling you, he's losing it. He's losing it in the off season.
First crock pot meal ever.
Should he just come in fourth chair with us
He might.
every day?
We
If he
might
wants
need
to,
save,
it's open.
Save Sammy from the off
He's like,
season.
guys, I need a purpose here. I'm posting crock pot recipes right now.
I thought he might have another week or two of off season in him, but
no.
Seems like
He's
pretty
ready.
much done.
He's dying to get to Peoria for 8 weeks or whatever he goes. That guy rotting out there every year.
A little Padres news this morning, reported by Francis Romero, baseball reporter from Latin America. Says source, the Rockies have hired scout Alvin Duran as their new Latin American supervisor and assistant to the director. One of the most hardworking, talented young scouts in the industry. He successfully completed his stint with the San Diego Padres as Dominican Republic coordinator.
Was an important role in key signings such as Leo Dallas DeVries, Emmanuel Clase, and Ethan Salas. That's nice little threesome there.
This is not a high-level position necessarily. It's also a sign that people think the Padres are doing some things right, that they are going to, especially to their Latin American scouting development and, seeing what A.J. Preller is doing and hiring away. It's a promotion for him. Don't know him personally, didn't know much about him, but sounds like he's very well thought of.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you can't, you don't have, obviously he's got supervisors in the Padres organization, and you can't stop someone if they offer a promotion somewhere else and you don't have that same role for him in your organization. You got to let him go.
We talked to Buddy Black when he was in here a couple weeks ago, sat in for an hour, and we asked him about some of the horror stories that we'd read, really before he got let go, some of the way that they do things there. And he played it complimentary. He said, yeah, there's some truth to some of that stuff. He said, but they are making steps in the right direction. And it is, I guess, baseball fan first, it is a good, positive thing to see that they are actively trying to improve their team, right? They're making moves to somewhat improve their team, and with a focus on scouting in Latin America. And good for him. Great promotion. And, Denver's a really nice place too. The other thing I always say about going to the Rockies, expecting much. Go have fun. Make some
Nowhere
money.
to go but up.
Nowhere to go but up. There's something to that.
That's what I warned Mikey Varas about when he joined us earlier.
I know,
ago.
right?
You were setting expectations
Really
way
high.
too high in your
Yeah.
first season. You're going to have nowhere to go but down if you win the championship here.
It's tough too. I think some people are wired differently,
Yeah.
where you enjoy the climb.
Well, that's such a challenge, right?
Yeah.
I love the climb. Climb's my favorite.
I like
my
just
favorite.
being at the top, just being here.
See, I hate being at the top. There's nowhere to go but down. It's like the most terrifying thing.
Ben would love to be the Manfred man at second base.
Oh, yeah.
Just put me out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Imagine
work
him
to get there. Just put me out there.
Imagine him trying to score on a single.
Oh,
Apparently it's so easy. You just gotta.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So simple to do. Just got to make sure you run hard all the way through. But again, they're making moves. You read about some technology that they're employing, like trying to get it together. They don't want to be known as the worst franchise in Major League Baseball anymore. I think that belongs probably right now to the Anaheim Angels. Honestly, the way that they're
I think
doing
it still
things.
belongs to the Rockies
For now, but they're trying.
They'd
things.
like to not be. But
That's what I'm saying. They're making attempts to not
But
be
they are.
that. As far as organization, the way they run their organization, and you see some things that they're doing that make a lot of sense, and some of their recent draft picks and things like that have been pretty good. So we'll see, man. Listen, the Rockies are in our division. I don't want anything great for them in the next 10 years.
Quickly, because I wanted to bring this up. Last night in Game 7 of the ALCS, we talked about the game earlier. Toronto Blue Jays going on to the World Series thanks to George Springer's 3-run home run in the 7th inning. 9th inning, it is 4-3. The tension is huge in Toronto. It's huge watching at home. They are now 2 outs away from clinching their first World Series berth since 1993 and knocking out the Seattle Mariners. And all of a sudden, on Fox, Joe Davis kicks to an in-inning commercial for Capital One. Just breaks, like pause 10 seconds to hear from Capital One. I am not opposed to commercials. You know this. We have lots of them on our show.
Yes.
All the time. We are
That's how we
reading
pay the
commercials.
bills.
But there's a time and a place. And I don't even mind, the inning. The Padres do it. You get the little quick, the guys walking out to the mound. They do a quick 10 seconds. It's fine. I did not like seeing that at 2 outs in the 9th inning with the team about to clinch. You've got tension building. You've got fans that are on the edge of their seats. That get hands on their heads and everything. It's a buzzkill to throw a commercial in that spot right there. Pick your spots. Pick your moments. It's fine. There's plenty of hours and hours of broadcast.
I wonder
to
if
throw
they
in commercials.
forgot. Sometimes we forget to get a liner
And they needed to get it in. It had that
It had to
feel,
get in.
didn't
It had that
Like,
feel.
oh, we were supposed to do this in the 7th, and Springer hit his home run, and we got distracted, and
Well,
then we haven't done it yet or something.
Because the Springer thing, think how long it went on, right? It went on for a while. It was not right back to the action. He did a curtain call. There was who was on the bump? Bizzardo. He was on the mound, and he's standing there kind of letting the moment pass. They had to kind of give Springer a moment. So maybe they did actually forget to get it in. They're like, we have to get this in. Capital One is paying us a fortune. I don't care if there's 1 out in the 9th. We're getting this Capital One spot in. I guarantee you that's what happened, because I don't want to see that. I mean, at least
they can't have planned it for the 9th inning.
No. You couldn't.
Let's save this one for 1 out of the 9th when they're about to clinch and we're about a celebration away. That makes no sense. Why they put it there.
I noticed the same thing. It's still better than listening to Joe Davis, though.
That's
to be honest with you, I'd rather listen to Capital One ads in the middle of the game.
All right, we got one segment left. Then Woods, you are off on the 8 freeway.
You guys really going to make me work the last segment, huh?
We are absolutely going to make you work the last segment. Wrap things
Thought
up.
I might get out early. No,
for your game that's tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
8. It's at 8, Paulie.
You have no excuse not to stay for the end of the show today.
I should have been here tomorrow, to be honest.
Wrap things up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
You might have noticed, speaking of commercials, we've crammed a few extra ones in, knowing
It's
Woods
almost
is
like
going
we're
to be
leaving.
gone next
Also
couple of
your
days.
fault.
Also your fault, but we're here, and we love our sponsors. We do, including 7 Mile Casino, easy to get to, not 70 miles away. Woods will pass a couple of them on his way out of town. You don't have to drive out of town. You can stay in town. Go south on the 5 freeway to Chula Vista, get off at E, stay on the west side of the freeway. That's Bay Boulevard. You'll find yourself just moments away from pulling in at 7 Mile Casino.
Yeah, once you walk in the door, you'll be greeted with the beauty of the California-style blackjack table off to the right, your Texas Hold'em area, and then Pai Gow Baccarat kind of behind the blackjack table. Walk up a few stairs, you'll be sitting in the bar area, the restaurant area. Great spot. Big booths, like really comfortable,
It is.
cozy.
It's comfy.
It's cool. Yeah, it's a cool,
It's like
cool
the best
spot.
patio I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal,
great.
phenomenal patio. So check it out for yourself. You won't be disappointed. Always encourage the tier ones to get out there. When you do, take a picture of you sitting at the table. I love it when you tweet us at Ben and Woods. Let us know I'm here. A big stack of chips always makes me so happy.
7 Mile Casino. It's just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour of 97 Through the Fan is brought to you by IHOP, introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big filling sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your Happy Plates with the $6 IHOP Value Menu, available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
Everyone's saying that don't take the 8. What?
Take the 6 or the 7.
6, 7.
See, now if you're going to go, that means you're going to have to go all the way up to the 10. So like 215 to the 60 to the 10 and go around that way.
Is that their Riverside?
Riverside, yeah, which is never great. But
people are saying the 8's closed?
Yeah, there was a fatality accident near San Diego State.
A long time ago, right?
Have you not been listening? We've had minute-and-a-half traffic updates all morning long, twice an hour. In fact, we got to get to one right now if you'd like to hear.
Okay,
let's see what Kelly has to say about the 8 here.
Here we go.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
Traffic is brought to you by Toyota of Poway, voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today. Guys, I wish I had better news, but unfortunately, you're still going to find eastbound lanes of the 8 closed from Fairmont to College. That investigation continues for that fatal collision that happened around 10:20 last night. 2 people lost their lives in that accident, so traffic is still being diverted to south and northbound 15. Westbound 8 before Severn, there is a collision involving a couple vehicles. Everything is over to the right shoulder. Also, reports of a crash on eastbound King Freeway just past Lemon Grove. Overturn situation there appears to be mostly over to the right shoulder. And now South 5 Coastline, just past Poinsettia. There is a collision blocking the fast lane. Toyota of Poway has been voted San Diego's #1 Toyota dealer by USA Today, with APRs as low as 0% and tons of new Toyotas on the ground. No tricks, only treats during the Trucktober sales event happening now only at Toyota of Poway or online at toyotaofpoway.com in the heart of San Diego. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, so yeah, you're going 52 east and then 67 through Lakeside and then getting on the 8 beyond the closure. I feel bad because obviously it's a fatality. People lost their lives and we're worried about where the traffic is. We had the worst story. I was anchoring the early news yesterday. Did you see the kids walking to middle school?
No.
The 2 brothers and a sister got hit by a car. One of them died. It was just heartbreaking and awful. Just walking to school one morning, and it sounds like it wasn't even the driver's fault. wasn't speeding. Wasn't on his phone or anything. Just the sun was completely in their eyes, and it wasn't an intersection, and the kids crossed and they didn't see him. He didn't see them, and just lives ruined for just no good reason whatsoever. Just a horrible, horrible story.
Thanks for bringing that.
It's kind of hard to transition to anything fun or funny.
You guys want to spin the topic wheel now?
Yeah, I know.
For like 20 minutes.
NBA preview?
No, God, it's even worse.
Sorry. You were talking about it during the break. He said, "Who's going to win the NBA Finals?"
I was
just joking.
I was just making conversation.
Were you just making conversation? You
Trying
feel
to
the
get out of
need at
here.
this point to just make
Yeah.
idle conversation?
Yeah, I was trying to
After
get out of
7
here.
years. And you just need to make some idle conversation during our break.
I did. I did.
You didn't really care who I thought was going to win the NBA title. You were trying to make me happy, weren't you?
I was.
Without actually bringing it up on the air.
Yeah, exactly. Wanted you to get it out of your system now.
I think Oklahoma City's got a great chance to repeat. Tough to win twice in a row. The Dodgers are about to find out.
Are they?
Or not.
What do you legit think that series will be? Starting pitching, Dodgers. Offense, Dodgers.
If the Blue Jays win one, I'd be surprised.
I think the Dodgers even have a better bullpen. Honestly,
They do. If they win two,
say.
if the Blue Jays win two, I'll be shocked. If they win one, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, same.
I think the sweep is. Yeah, I mean, 5 games is the safe pick because it's baseball and
they go up 3-0 and tank.
Anything can happen, but the Dodgers are the better team in every game with every starting pitching matchup that you can have.
How do you solve Snell?
Savage has been good, and there may be a couple of close games and a couple of blowouts, but kind of like the Dodgers in all of them.
There's a severe lack of lefties for the Toronto Blue Jays. They've got the one kid. It escapes me. Cade Shohei to help get them their best record or whatever in the East. What is his name? But they were also talking about
Fluharty.
Yeah, Fluharty.
Yeah,
they were talking about Gossman and Savage both have reverse splits, so it's because of their split finger fastball. Nobody can hit those things. I mean, if they're on, both of those guys, those splitties are like impossible. I saw a hitting coach yesterday tweeting out, like a really good high-level hitting coach was like, hey, any suggestions on how to train my hitters to hit the splitter, which seems to be making a really big comeback at the big league level. And the comments, people were like, maybe ask some guys from the NPB because they see every sort. Remember what Adam Jones told us? Sit on the fork ball because that's what he goes. They throw every variation of it over there. He goes, it's like the hardest pitch to train for because there's no spin and it comes out. You're like, oh, I'm on plane, and then it just goes boop and drops off the table.
Felt like the pitch that gave the Padres a lot of trouble this year. Pound another one into the dirt. Boom, boom.
It is just such a. If you've ever seen one in person, it scares you. It scares the bejesus out of you.
They always talk about it's like feels like a heavy ball.
Yeah,
you try to hit it, and it feels like you're hitting
right
a medicine ball that you're taking a swing at.
There's a kid we faced that threw a nasty one to me 3-2, and I've never looked worse in my entire life. And it's just it's an impossible pitch to hit when done correctly. And Gossman and Savage have really good ones, so that'll help neutralize some of the lefty bats. But those guys are starters, So when they're not in there, this Fluharty kid, they're sitting this kid down right now, being like, "Hey, bud. Your mission, okay? It's Ohtani, it's Freeman, it's Muncy. This is what you're here to do. We're going to match you up any chance we get with those guys in every situation in any inning. So be ready to go." But yeah, man, I think it's I think the Blue Jays have some star power. They got George Springer is the interesting one for me. He has the ability to turn a playoff game on its ear, and he's done it 9 times in his career, putting his team ahead with a home run 20 times total. He is the guy that if you're the Dodgers, you're like, I'm a little scared of that guy, and I'm scared of Vlad.
Will they get in that even position, though?
Right.
George Springer credited, hey, if it weren't for the 2 guys in front of me getting on base against Woo, I wouldn't have been in the position to do so.
That's right.
Will the Blue Jays even be in position in these games to give Springer or Vlad Jr., I mean, been very good this postseason, a chance to make a difference because a couple of solo home runs ain't going to do it against the Dodgers.
No. You're going to have to find a way to score runs. And you saw how they were able to just choke out the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, I think the Blue Jays they have a better team offensively than the Milwaukee Brewers, but they choked them out. They hit 110 or something. So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. They don't have a ton of experience as far as position players go that have been to the World Series. It's just George Springer. They got a couple pitchers that have, but man, it's going to be nasty.
If you're the Dodgers, you don't change anything, right?
Nothing.
It's Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow, Ohtani, just like the other series. And then if you need to go back to Snell, Glasnow, and everybody in Game 7, but it's just hard for me to see.
It's hard to see a Game 7
that far.
Yeah, and it starts on Friday, right?
Starts Friday, Saturday in Toronto, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in Los Angeles, Wednesday if necessary, and then if they need it, they go back to Toronto Friday and Saturday of next week. Every single game is 5:00 on the West Coast with a 4:00 pregame show.
Is Arizona ahead now? Are they an hour ahead now? Not yet. Okay,
You are
safe.
not yet. The time has not changed yet.
I think that's one of the most. That's the things I'm obviously looking forward to playing and being around the guys, but being able to play and then go watch the World Series at night is going to be a blast. All the guys together, it's going to be fun. One of my buddies, Graham, is a huge Blue Jays fan, so he's actually going to miss
first game.
No,
He's
he
gonna
won't.
go to Friday
He
night.
won't. No, we're good Friday night.
Good.
So he's
That's cool.
that's what we're doing Friday night. We'll all go out together.
You could probably be encouraged to cheer for the Blue Jays as well.
Yeah, I think I could be swayed to be a hoser.
I
for
saw
the,
some of those
league.
like maps. Who's cheering for the Blue Jays? And it's like the entire North American continent
right.
outside of Los
Outside of LA.
Angeles. You do feel like everybody's rooting for the Blue Jays this week.
So I feel everybody in my orbit certainly is. Most of the people in my orbit is.
We also know that when you jump on board with who we're all cheering for, that disappointment follows.
Yeah. So do we just say go Dodgers and like just try to jinx them?
I say this like regardless of who the National League winner was. I mean, obviously, different if it was the Padres, but take the Dodger hate out of the equation. Like the Blue Jays are a rootable for team.
Yeah,
like,
easy.
They're
to root
likable. I like their manager. I like a lot of their players.
I like John Schneider.
Like I don't dislike really anything about them. Can't think of any reasons why not to root for
C20 Moreno. Bo Bichette says he's coming back. It's tough to come back after all this time off just to face those Dodgers pitchers.
Can you imagine
how much help that will be? But they'll probably put him in there if they have the opportunity to do so. We'll see.
It's going to be. I mean, I want it to be a good series. I just don't think it's going to be. I'm sorry. Do not clip me saying go Dodgers. By the way, don't clip that one either. No, I mean, yeah, we are the jinx pretty much.
Woods, good luck to you.
Thanks, buddy.
Have fun.
Hope
Have a
to
lot
bring
of
back
fun.
a championship
Be
for San
safe,
Diego. I will.
you know?
I'll be safe-ish.
Yeah,
safe-ish. You may hear from me. You may not. You never know.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you on Monday morning.
See how
if everything
tonight
goes. Paulie and I'll be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. That'll be it for us. But we got Braden coming up next for executive producer Paul Reindl, Stephen Woods. I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Tuesday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.